Oh,
I forgot shit. I forgot to bring up my model and the website on OBS.
Oh, Bry. Aaron!
Aaron.
Wrong model. Alright, it's
Man. Here I was about to say, hearing about about TSA not being racist fills me with a little determination. And you're just like, oops, oops.
Anyways, yeah, anyways, Shreem will never understand what we were just talking about earlier. It's probably for the best. But anyways, its SCP's nickname is the Forensic Ghost of Tupac Shakur. Whenever you're ready, Jerry.
All right. Item number SCP-2137, object class Thamiel? Is that how you
I think so.
Thamiel, okay. Special containment procedures. When not being used, SCP-2137 is to be kept within typical electronic 10-digit metal safe in the safe wing of Site-23. All digital and wireless broadcast media must be kept at least 100 meters away from 2137, which has been scratched out. Due to 2137's anomalous effect having been determined to have no range limit, digital, wireless, and broadcast media may be used but should be monitored closely for any appearance of 2137-1 or -2. Other than the testing and recording of Track 7, SCP-2137 should be considered inanimate item without agency of its own, and any demands or threats made by 2137-2 should be ignored, which has been crossed out. So I'm sure that's an interesting thing. Once a week, 2137 is to be cleaned and all tracks are to be played in succession with special attention paid to the instance of -1 that replaces track 7. The names, situations, and antidotes presented in the instance of 2137-1 must then be reported to 2137 Special Committee Pack Watch. They had to make that joke, didn't they?
Yes.
On the rare occasion that non-Foundation organizations cannot address the situation presented in an instance of -1, the 05-9 has given authorization to activate MTF-339. The Shogunnites, that is, to take any and all measure necessary to reach a resolution to the problem. I'm going to pretend I don't understand why they named it Shug Knights, and everyone else will as well. That's a dark joke. That's a dark joke.
Wait, it is?
Literally no idea.
Do you
keep
want?
in mind, I don't know jack shit about Tupac Shakur.
Why don't I just keep reading? I don't think I should dip into the questionable way his death went, or a different person's death, or it may or may not be related to someone who used to take down the talent that were not following what that person said. But anyway, let's just not get into that and just keep
hold on,
reading.
I think Hedge is trying to say something.
I've heard little bits of that, but otherwise I know jack shit about the guy.
I also tried looking at what dark shit goes with Sugar Knights, and I just get what is Shug Knight in jail for?
Well, let's just say Shug Knight was back in the 90s, in the 80s, a lot of people were trying to get into music, and a lot of people saw it as their only way out of poverty. And Suge Knight took advantage of that. He did a lot of bad things and had some of those things done to their either the people they considered their enemies or their 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 musicians who did not listen to his words. And at the time of his death, uh, someone who wasn't being very obedient with him was Tupac.
I see.
Mm. Yeah,
So that's why I said that, since so many people think he was actually behind the death or hired the person who unalived him, who took basically everyone gives Suge Knight the look of you definitely did it, even if we don't know how you did it. I mean, they know they used a bullet, but someone that wealthy is very good at hiding the tracks, and he did. So
Mm.
it's just one of those things where everyone knows they did it, but not how.
huh,
And
apparently Suge
that's why I
Knight.
said that was a
Oh,
dark joke on the naming the MTF 339 the Suge Knights.
uh, yeah. Apparently he'll be released in 2034.
Well, maybe. Well, I don't know if he's still obscenely wealthy, but be it he is or is not still, let's hope he is a nicer person than he was in the past.
Yeah. Also, this
Maybe.
MTF naming will not exist on the Chinese branch. Anyways, let's go ahead.
Well, to be fair, this SCP is probably not something they would have on there, since I do not know if it would even survive
It
Chinese
wouldn't.
censorship.
It wouldn't. Anyways, let's continue. Let's get through these.
Okay. I did not know I'd have to vaguely address like history as it comes to rap and all that stuff, but here we are. Anyway, authorization to activate MTF 339, the Suge Knights, to take any and all measure necessary to reach a resolution to the problem. That joke. Operational success will be indicated by a new instance of 2137-1. Personnel who wish to examine or attempt to interact with SCP-2137 must ask Dr. Kivowitz for authorization beforehand, which will then pend 05 clearance. Description: 2137. Brain. 2137 is a single compact disc copy of Me Against the World, a hip hop album by the artist Tupac Shakur. Released on 1995, physical examination as well as laser testing indicate the CD was one of the initial release, manufactured and distributed in 1995. Conventional testing of the disc itself reveals identical results to a non-anomalous copy of the album. The case and liner notes have been determined to have no anomalous qualities, and physical makeup and encoding of the disc appears completely normal. However, upon playing track 7, normally heavy in the game, the listener will encounter an instance of SCP-2137-1. The anomaly takes form of spontaneously generated, professionally produced songs featuring Tupac Shakur in various styles within the hip hop genre. Although, though each instance of -1 generated is unique, they share certain commonalities in terms of subject matter. The central focus of the song invariably addresses a crime, almost always a murder or series of murders, and then gives necessary anecdotal evidence or information to correctly identify and prosecute the killer, even going so far as to specify prosecutors or recommend vigilante justice. Why does that make sense? Okay. Through generation of SCP-2137 has been, okay. Let me just briefly mute at least 2 Discord servers I'm in, because I don't know which one is making all that sound.
All of them.
No.
Hi, reload clips.
Though
And welcome.
generation
Sorry.
what?
I was just welcoming a new viewer. Sorry.
Oh, I see them. I reload clips. Okay. Though generation of SCP-2137-1 has been determined to have a definite causal nature, the manner in which -1 instances are copied onto 2137 has yet to be ascertained. -1, -2, the primary voice of the songs from here on in, identified as SCP-2, matches cleanly through advanced audio analysis to that of the real Tupac Shakur, who died in 1996, over a year before the recovery of 2137. However, occasionally on crimes of a particularly complicated or brutal nature, -2 will be joined by their performers, either guest rapping or singing the chorus or bridge. This has included many of Tupac's contemporaries, such as Snoop Dogg, Nas, No Doubt, Everclear, Weezer, and Busta Rhymes, as well as artists from 2000s, including Chris Brown, Katy Perry, Lil Wayne, Lady Gaga, Rihanna, the Yin Yang Twins, Drake, Neon Trees, Yet, Jay-Z, Kanye West, Eminem, and usually at the height of their popularity. On a few notable occasions involving long unsolved crimes by still active criminals, there have been guests of a more blatantly and
Jerry?
I don't know how to say that word.
Which one?
I'm
Eh.
muted. And
I'm like,
Huh?
anachronistic.
Anachronistic?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, thank you.
I was
Heavily
I was actually gonna say the same thing. I didn't realize I actually got that word correct. I was just guessing. My bad.
Okay. Thank you. Heavily anachronistic guests tend to take the role of primary artist, the song performed in their style, with -2 joining as a rap guest. When contacted, none of these artists had any recollection of recording it or information regarding 2137. The crimes themselves share that they are unsolved, or in some cases have escaped detection entirely. The majority of instances in -1 address crimes of private citizens such as serial killers, spree murders, career criminals, though occasionally the songs will address larger groups such as Hamas, ISIS, IRA, and even in 2 separate instances, the Chaos Insurgency and Church of the Broken God. A prototypical example of 2137-1 is included here for reference. Jeff Reigert, out there and still stuck in the night, killed his brother and 5 strangers with the same damn knife. Now it's not my place to tell you what to do, but I know what I would do if I were you. He hid the blade in an old barn off the north 1-1. He already killed 6. Don't make it 7. I feel like Tupac would have made that better, but that's probably as best as anyone who isn't Tupac can do.
Yeah.
But I am not a singer. If anyone wants to try rapping that, be my guest. I can't. I'm not a singer. That's what I thought. When the crime has been addressed and the guilty parties brought to light, either the legal system or otherwise, Dash 1 is immediately replaced by a new instant. However, the track is easily recorded through conventional means. Recording versions are not subject to change or replacement, and the original can be replayed from the CD endlessly before the killer is found, with little variation. There are currently nearly 1,000 instances of Dash 1 on record. All right. Initial recovery log. SCP-2137 was recovered in the home of Avon Lincoln, arrested for vigilante slaying of Michael Ferris, who was later revealed to have been the Ojai Strangler? Responsible for 6 murders over the summer of 1996. Avon's insistence that Tupac Shakur spoke to him from beyond the grave and told him he had to take justice into his own hands because Ferris's position as district attorney would prevent a fair trial drew the attention to the Foundation agents after the song in question was produced as evidence in court. Amnestics were administered to all involved, and Lincoln was released back to the general population. I guess that was a made-up thing then. Okay. I do not know if the killer itself was made up. I kind of want to look up the Ojai Strangler. Is that a made-up thing? Is it not?
Maybe.
I think it is, yeah. Addendum 1A, the XK incident. Oh. The XK incident? Anyway, initially researchers experimented with anonymously tipped off local police departments through Foundation plans, which led to the resolution of over-redacted cold cases, including the recovery of SCP-Redacted, SCP-Redacted, and SCP-617, though no direct link has been established other than the murders involved. However, after redacted years, this use of the SCP was deemed impractical, repeatedly addressing the crimes discussing 2137's music was, in practice, allowing the SCP to dictate the circumstances of its containment, and under the wrong circumstances, opened the Foundation to potential exposure through continuous interaction with law enforcement at all levels across multiple governments. In response to this, 059 ceased addressing the crimes in late 20 redacted. After 2 months passed, 2137's behavior radically changed. When, for the first time, an instance of Dash 1 was produced that revealed Dash 2 had an awareness of its containment. Alright, excerpt from 2137-1-851. You say you're all about security, but you ain't the good guys. You redact and expunge, man. You silence his lies. You say you're here to protect, yet you're letting killers run free. Don't make me show you how rough this South Law can be. You can't stop the beat, so don't start the struggle. You better watch your tone unless you're looking for trouble. Maybe y'all should lay back and let me do my duty. Locked in drawer, feeling like y'all trying to screw me. You stepping up on my destiny. You might not believe I'm the real Pack, but I'm not just a CD. The decision was made to halt testing entirely, rather than acquiesce. After 1 week passed, an instance of Dash 1 appeared spontaneously on the YouTube channel of Los Angeles-based hip-hop station Dat Expunged. And in the lone hour before it was taken down, occurred over redacted views. The XK scenario incident. The image displayed on the video was a still photograph, apparently authentic, though by its nature highly anomalous. The photograph is of Shakur, estimated to be in his early 40s. At the time of his murder in 1996, Shakur was 25 years old, wearing the garb of Foundation D-Class personnel with his middle finger raised. The accompanying song, titled Redacted Redactus, focused on SCP Redacted, revealing its actual location and means by which it could be broken free of current containment procedures, and identified several members of the 05 Council by their first names as it described the function and nature of the Foundation. Oh, geez! They really pissed him off! In a massive sweeping operation involving the activation of multiple task forces across redacted continents, all traces of the video was erased and all redacted viewers were administered Class A amnestics. Midway through the operation, an entire album titled XK Scenario was released to iTunes account of Beyonce Knowles. Each song featured Dash 2, as well as a variety of guest artists, and focused on a different Keter class SCP and currently in captivity. Though SCP tracking bots were able to bring XK Scenario down after only redacted downloads, complete digital eradication of the individual files have proven difficult. Though no loss of life or property was incurred, the sheer scale of danger posed by this containment breach prompted a Foundation-wide state of high alert. This prompted an ongoing upgrade to automate SCP firewalls and engage the reclassification of 2137 from Euclid to Keter. The breach sparked heated debate as to how to proceed with the containment of and conceptual understanding regarding 2137, which came to an end upon the appearance of a new instance of Dash 1. This instance was produced spontaneously through the mouth of SCP Redacted, which appeared to fall into a trance state during the incident, with lyrics in totality repeatedly written in which was identified as Dat Expunged 117,000 times all over the interior of its containment chamber. Oh, geez! Excerpt from 2137-1-564. Help me find my killers and I'll find yours. Try not to play the CD, you're starting a war. You don't really want to see me in flesh. I wouldn't hesitate to put you little nerds to rest. So feel my power. What if I told you that Redacted planned it all? What if the world knew that Redacted about to fall? Don't try to play me 'cause you need me inside. It was the reason Redacted had died. Redacted would never let her redacted redactor was set up. Redacted self-redacted to keep his head up. redacted 19, and redacted is not what it seems. I may be rare and I can't be touched, and if you think about a plan, I'm fuck shit up. You try to hide, but I see it all. And now I'm coming for your head like Tylenol. You don't want to fall dressed in black like you can't be seen. I fight alone, I don't need no team. So do your job, 'cause I'm giving you tips. And put that whole CD in the mix, biatch. That is the most toony threat I've ever heard. The decision was made to resume the former method of testing involved the embedding informants used to relay SCP-2137's evidence and information while continuing to study methods in which the SCP transmits its broadcasts in an effort to truly contain it completely. Dash 2 resumed its previous behavioral pattern, and Dash 1's focusing on crimes until their killers are located by conventional law enforcement, with the exception of one final track. At this time, its last recorded direct interaction with the Foundation. Which is excerpt from SCP-2137-1-565. I guess it took time for it to sink in. I'm just glad you understand what I was thinking. I just knew you'd come around so you'd see it now. Ain't no need to get upset or even throw down. You know I got the crown. I see it's hard to get some sleep at night. You got a head full of grays and your skin ain't tight. So let's be real, ain't no need to fight it. There's a grander design, I bet you're gonna like it. It's black and white, so don't get caught up in the deep thoughts. You got my music on the side with a greater force. Investigation of any kind of link or pattern between the crimes SCP-2137 solves is ongoing, as interest in why it doesn't seem to use its agency to pursue the criminals in question rather than working through proxies. Memorandum. Email from Site-515 Director Dr. Gwen Pristine to 05 Council regarding Tupac. This will be the 5th time I've written to propose an update to 2137. When they enter our program here in Site-515, researchers, engineers, MTF troops, and even D-Class all walk in the door having read the official documentation and believe the Foundation has been essentially blackmailed in cooperation with a devious SCP. But everyone who actually works here knows this is no longer the case. In the nearly 3 decades since its containment, Foundation collaboration with SCP-2137 has led to the recovery of dozens of SCPs. Our mobile task force has deposed of dictators and toppled tyrants, chased down rogue reality benders from 3 Portlands to Lamplight. And this, of course, all adjacent to the rest or end of nearly 30,000 murderers? To add some perspective here, a serial killer hasn't made it past their 3rd victim anywhere on Earth in 14 years. And SCP-2137 has produced over 40,000 individual and unique pieces of music. Function at Site-515 has become effectively frictionless. First, it was just the Suge Knights, but as we became more effective at addressing 2137's instruction, another MTF joined, the Elite Division, which brings us to the present, where the 5 mobile task forces under my command are in constant action against forces all over planet Earth and beyond. all under the guidance of detailed strategy provided by the mysterious music from a compact disc that the Foundation has failed to adequately contain. A silent, undocumented understanding has grown among us. The SCP does not simply catch murderers, it directly and aggressively searches out anything that maliciously takes a human life. The amount of lives saved and untold disasters that have been prevented through the information 2137 supplies are at this point stupefying to contemplate, much less that it has been able to essentially bully us into a pattern of unilateral, 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 I know how to say this word. Unilaterally heroic expenditures of Foundation resources. It's little wonder that we show the highest numbers globally in Foundation morale tests. It makes sense, of course. Here at Site 515, the SCP Foundation is a fast action team of gunslinging heroes, smashing cults, blowing away terrorists, and catching murderers and monsters in our spare time as we blast rap music out of landing attack hovercraft or working behind the scenes, turning local cops into super sleuths and vigilantes into heroes. But this period, as productive as it has been intellectually stagnant. Throughout all of this, the motives and origins of SCP-2137 remain a mystery, defying every search for a pattern, every algorithm-driven analysis. The research wing of the site has become a ghost town, as MTF response barracks has grown to dominate everything, and perhaps rightfully so. But a few young researchers have diligently continued a hunt for meaning, for greater truth behind -1. As unexpected advance in this area is behind the urgency in my message to you today. It has been understood that the life of the actual Tupac Shakur held little information or relevance towards the mystery of 2137's existence. This has potentially changed. Researcher Mariha Kozovich recently came across an unreleased interview with Shakur from 1994, 2 years before his death and 3 years before the discovery of 2137. The interview was buried by his manager because there was anxiety about Shakur's mental state in the footage, because he was speaking what they called nonsense. I think you will agree that Mr. Shakur may not be speaking clearly. What he actually says is very possibly of vital interest to the Foundation, and very definitely not nonsense. I feel we may finally have, if not an answer, the beginning of one. But I can say with certainty that in my entire life at the Foundation, I've never personally felt this excited. So I start my proposal here. A Keter-class object actively interested in aiding the human race is not a Keter-class object at all. I am officially resubmitting my proposal for 2137 to, at long last, be redesignated Samuel-class object, and for a quadrupling of our research team and site resource allocation. We must tug this thread and see where it leads us. Perhaps after giving the audio attached, perhaps after hearing the audio attached, you might finally agree. Dr. Gwen Pristine, Site Director, Site 515. Document recovered footage 1L. Tupac Shakur, dressed casually, sits on a large red couch, smoking a marijuana cigarette, hunched forward and visibly heavily intoxicated, while drooping eyes and slightly slurred speech. He seems happy and jovial, laughs often through the interview despite repeatedly becoming distracted by the presence of his entourage dancing and talking in the room. The director and videographer Gobi Rahimi sits nearby in a VH1 interview where Milavendi, also visibly intoxicated, sits nearby. The relevant portion begins at 9 minutes and 40 seconds, 14 seconds into the interview. Shakur, people ask me where I get my inspiration from. They say, how do you go so hard, put in that much work? Well, what they don't understand is this is me taking a break. This is me on vacation. I think some people would say that was irresponsible to just sit back and be human for a while, to be artist, experience that. I can't be chasing the king all the time. I feel like I've been doing that forever to protect you, all of you. He's not so big, and you're not so small, but he's got to trick you like it doesn't matter because that's the only way he can make it look like he's the man, like he's some big bad evil motherfucker. You can't see when I die. I'll live on. My death is my destiny, and I'll become something else. What I was before. The voice will still shout, and I'll shout justice, and poetry, and art and music. I got you. I got you, humanity. When I eventually go toe to toe and brawl with this fool, he's gonna gather up his little red dress and go home crying like a bitch, and he knows it. Evil knows its days are numbered, so the king's still running. The chase isn't over. Prepare, prepare, prepare.
Is he trying to pick a fight with the Scarlet King? Because the
I
Scarlet
think he already did pick a fight, and he's been doing good against him.
Okay, that does make sense. That he
We
might.
don't know.
Huh?
We don't know that he's specifically referring to the Scarlet King.
Yeah, true.
I will
always.
say a good weapon against something like the Scarlet King is positivity.
There's actually an even better one, Jerry.
Hmm?
An Ouroboros cycle, the spear of the non-believer.
Well, yeah.
But anyways, there's another SP mentioned in this article. I want to see what it is real quick. Which was 617.
That's true. It mentioned a few SCPs, but the one that wasn't redacted was 617.
Alright, anyways, description. SCP-617 has an appearance of a large granite rock, except that it possesses a zipper in its side that is fully operational. When unzipped, 617 is shown to possess a mouth with teeth that appear similar in appearance and construction to human teeth. X-ray and MRI scans of 617 appear to be unable to penetrate its stone exterior. Similar tests to try and probe 617's internal systems have likewise proven inconclusive. 617's mouth is fully functional and can vocalize sounds as well as be used to consume food. 617 is also capable of limited movement, being able to roll around under its own power.
It's a parasite.
However, 617's most disturbing aspect are its parasitical tendencies as well as its ability to influence human behavior. Oh, okay.
It's a parasite that convinces people to do bad things.
Oh, that makes sense why I was connected to 2137.
So wait, did Jerry get all the way through the article?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, hold on. Since it's unable to obtain food on its own, 617 persuades its owner to gather food. The owner will then resort to any means to feed 617. Recorded instances have shown that owners are willing to slaughter livestock and other pets to feed 617, even resort to murdering other human beings. Okay, so yeah, Tupac Shakur would not like this SCP.
That's probably why the SCP helped the Foundation get that thing up.
Yeah.
So
Also, that's probably the only SCP I ever heard blackmailing the Foundation into doing good.
So in conclusion, Tupac Shakur was apparently an angel that decided to take a vacation as a rapper and then continued through a CD.
I guess.
Something
Okay,
like that.
I have a question. I want to see yours opinions. Would he have been able to do more good if he was in the hands of the Serpent's Hand?
Mm, honestly, I don't know. The main benefit to, shall we say, a more authoritarian and rigid structure of a group is the
Yeah,
ability to rapidly respond to issues more so than other clustered cells.
yeah.
Best example I can think of is like do y'all remember how well Vietnam responded to COVID?
No.
Yeah.
Basically, the second COVID starts going into the state of being a pandemic, uh, a complete shutdown of everything. You have service workers that get food to basically everyone and basically just completely quarantines everyone within uh, most sectors of the economy so that it would basically have the chance to just die out on its own.
Damn. So,
That's the benefit to a more authoritarian or otherwise like top down structure is if the gears are working correctly, it can do a metric fuck ton of good very quickly. It's just the fact that the gears commonly get gunked up because humans are fallible little fuckheads.
anyways, that's the thumbnail.
Before I look at it, I just want to say I like how Tupac in the, or rather, Dash 1 and Dash 2 basically blackmail the Foundation into doing good.
Yeah.
Like, I know you're good. And it's like when when everything's ended, they're like, "Yeah, I thought so. I knew you'd come around." Almost does end of the world scenario shit.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like this is a pretty reasonable thumbnail.
yeah.
Oh,
It's just a basically an artistic tracing over of an actual picture of Tupac and police report case closed. I don't feel
you
like
know
it's
what?
particularly.
That's chill.
Yeah.
That's actually a 0.
Hey, our
I hope
first,
they don't make me regret me saying that.
our first thumbnail in a while that was, it's a 0.
Once again, I hope they don't make me regret saying 0.
Okay, then I'm a kaiju. Oh, hi, Zanju. I get an impression that the video might be racist. It most likely will.
There's a very high likelihood.
Alright, so hold on. Let me make sure they put the right person. Yep, Max Landis. They're there. Okay, so they have the license. We get the bingo board up.
I hope they do it well. I have high hopes. Maybe
Alright,
that's a mistake.
everyone ready?
It's probably a mistake.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, they're starting to spam SCP AI videos. The second I went to go collect the videos, I saw so much AI. I saw so much. There's just so much.
The AI schlop has become prolific.
It's not you know, but go ahead anyways. Alright, in 3, 2, 1.
Rebecca switched off her laptop and went to look out the window. She sighed. She had planned to go to the beach that afternoon, but it didn't look like the rain was going to stop anytime soon. She took out her CD collection and searched through it. On a miserable day like this, there was only one thing that would cheer her up. She found her favorite. It was by the artist Tupac Shakur. She put the CD in the player and picked up her headphones. She leaned back in the chair and listened as the familiar words played in her ears. She knew the songs like the back of her hand. As each track played, she began to relax and forgot about the rain. Suddenly, she sat up in shock. It should have been her favorite song playing next, but instead, she heard the voice of Tupac Shakur. It seemed like he was speaking directly to her. If you want to know the truth about Princess Diana's death, look no further. These are the facts. You will find out who her killer is by the end of this track. Welcome.
Oh,
Princess Diana?
She was.
oh,
She.
oh.
Technically, she got in an accident, but it was caused by not one person, but the group of paparazzi that had been following her, who then took pictures as she was dying.
That actually happened?
Yes.
Yes, and it's very insensitive to start with that.
What the
They
fuck?
just immediately spat on someone's grave there, it feels like, right?
Yeah, wait, so did the people
Well,
taking pictures of her dying get
Technically,
arrested?
after Princess Diana died, there were some changes to the laws in England, so paparazzi couldn't do that again.
Ah,
They literally made law changes to prevent that again.
So, to be fair, it's like one of those distasteful elements of it, but this is like basically making allusions to very common conspiracy theorizing.
yeah, uh,
Like, the death of Princess Diana is probably like up there with like the death of uh JFK in terms of how many different conspiracy theories get tossed around.
Yeah, but with JFK, they were actually killed by a person.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Also, isn't there like a bunch of conspiracy theories about what that fucker's name is? Edgar something. Like he did like really dark, spooky poems.
Edgar Allan Poe?
Yes, thank you. I couldn't remember his full fucking name.
What?
Cause like then like isn't there a bunch of theories on how he died?
I don't know wholly.
I've never heard any.
Cause I remember talking about like there was like multiple different theories that he died.
That's not one that I've heard much of anything about.
If that's
Okay.
anything like the ones I've heard, it's probably less theorizing someone killing them and more of the updated version of what the death should be listed as we know more than we did back then,
Yeah.
which is a bit different.
Okay, I got a bunch of them. Some people say it's alcohol. Some people say it's cooping in a form of electoral fraud where people were kidnapped, drugged, forced to vote multiple times, and potentially abused. And some people say
That one makes no sense.
Yeah, and then some people say it's either rabies, tuberculosis, heart disease, or other illnesses as potential causes. Also,
Does it have
hydra.
an official death listed?
There's
Wait,
no
what?
there's no actual death listed. Like, they don't know how he died. They just found him. Apparently, what I'm finding.
Oh,
Who? What are you talking about?
How death of Edgar Allan Poe. How it's not fully confirmed how he died.
yeah, but like I said, that's not typically one people talk about in the sense of there's a killer at large.
Sorry.
Yeah, because yeah, the one I heard the most was the tuberculosis one, I think.
Yeah. Same. Anyways, are you ready to continue? The forensic ghost of Tupac Shakur.
Honestly, that one would be really sad way for him to die,
Why?
considering the fact that basically two of the people in his life that he cared about most were taken by it.
Damn.
Yeah.
One of said people will not fully discuss because it's shall we say a product of a different time, but
Oh. Oh, okay.
it
I
is like I think it is undeniable to say that he genuinely loved her, considering all of the poems he wrote as a result of her death.
Yeah. He genuinely loved her and he couldn't do anything to save her.
I was confused for a second, then when you said of the time, I was like, oh.
I'm pretty sure what you're thinking of is correct, though, because
Brett, do you
if I
want me to
remember,
just say it?
No,
go
you're
ahead.
good. I fully understand. It took me a second. It took me a second. But the second I heard the end of your sentence, I was like, oh, that.
What did you think it was?
Like, wasn't like she was underage or something like that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, why don't we
He-
keep watching this? I'm
Yeah.
sure they can only pee on so many dead people, right?
He married he married and genuinely fell deeply in love with his 14-year-old cousin.
Yep.
They were
That's
they were married until around her age being around 18 when she contracted by death and passed.
damn. Anyways, let's see how racist this video gets. Anyways,
Back to SCP Exposed. Today we bring you Thaumiel class subject SCP-2137. But before I go on, don't forget
Go
to
fuck
subscribe
yourself.
to our channel so you won't miss out on any more SCP stories. SCP-2137 is a single compact disc copy of Me Against the World, a hip-hop album by the artist Tupac Shakur, released in 1995. Physical examination as well as laser testing indicates that the CD was one of the initial releases, manufactured and distributed in 1995. Conventional testing of the disc itself reveals identical results to a non-anomalous copy of the album. The case and liner notes have been determined to have no anomalous qualities, and the physical makeup and encoding of the disc appear completely normal. However, upon playing track 7, normally Heaven in the Game, the listener will encounter an instance of SCP-2137-1.
Go back. I want to hear how they said it, because I thought I heard the okay.
3, 2, 1.
However, upon playing track 7, normally Heaven in the Game, the listener will encounter an instance of
Does that sound like heaven in the game to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it sounds having in the game, but
Yeah, like it. It doesn't sound like he said heavy in the game. Like
He mispronounced something. It's par for the course.
he basically said it as badly as I did, as basically never lived in any sort of city area. I say as I live in a city. It's not the same sort of city. It's basically an urban area. I've never really lived in a very super urbanized area.
Mm.
And apparently neither has he.
Yeah. Anyways, in 3, 2, 1.
SCP-2137-1. The anomaly takes the form of spontaneously generated, professionally produced songs featuring Tupac Shakur in various styles within the hip-hop genre. Though each instance of SCP-2137-1 generated is unique, they share certain commonalities in terms of subject matter. The central focus of the song invariably addresses a crime, almost always a murder or series of murders, and then gives necessary anecdotal evidence or information to correctly identify and prosecute the killer, even going so far as to specify prosecutors or recommended vigilante justice. Though generation of
Wait.
SCP-2137
That
What?
was that
What the
was the most botched pair of knuckle dusters I've ever seen in my life.
Basically, they'll give
to
information
specify
which can
prosecutors or
include
recommended vigilante.
antidotal.
Okay,
That's
I
what
thought.
they should have said.
I,
They basically made it sound like it's lying to people to get them to kill.
This
Mhm.
again, they're reading it verbatim.
Well, it didn't sound verbatim.
They're reading it basically verbatim. That's exactly how it was phrased.
Let me,
Anecdotal doesn't mean it's lying.
yeah.
let me
was-
look.
There you go, your favorite knuckle dusters, Hatchet.
Okay. It looks like it's made
God.
out of cheap
Huh.
plastic.
Also, the hand is just horrible.
Yeah, in the file it says necessary antidotal evidence or information. But there it said just I think it just left out the information part. I don't know.
Motherfucker doesn't know how to draw knuckles.
Yeah, okay. Why does it sort of look like metal lips to me?
It kind of does.
Let,
It
let,
does.
let's not look at the badly drawn weapon and keep going.
I'm about to hit you with these metal lips.
Okay, I honestly thought he was like gonna pull out like a gun or something, and then when I saw this, I was like, "That's a
Technically,
weird."
brass knuckles are illegal in multiple states and can do serious damage.
I
Oh
think
yeah.
they're banned in
but-
my state.
Yeah, but let's be frank. These knuckle dusters made out of cheap plastic and shaped like a fucking used condom is not going to do jack shit.
Oh yeah, no.
Let's be honest, they're probably trying to make it look like real knuckle dusters. They're just bad at drawing.
Well,
Let's give them a break.
no. Every time we give them a break, they disappoint us.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's keep going. So far, they've only insulted one dead
Yep.
person.
Yep, I just looked it up. According to Virginia Code, whatever fuck symbol that is, 18.2-311, prohibits the sale, barter, or possession of blackjacks, brass or metal knuckle dusters, throwing stars, or ballistic knives.
Fucking
Okay.
throwing.
Wait.
Fucking throwing stars.
Oh yeah, because they think. Oh yeah, probably like, well, like white people are probably gonna be the most likely people to use throwing stars. Funnily enough.
I don't think brass knuckles are race related. They're just very good at breaking bones and tearing flesh, which is
Right.
generally not what you want normal everyday people to be wearing.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So,
I'm
Well,
more
like-
just frustrated with the wait. Internet?
Oh yeah.
Did my internet cut out?
No, you're good. We can
Okay.
hear you.
we can hear you.
I was saying the thing that I was fixating on is the friggin' throwing stars because those are a thing that are like primarily in the modern day only used for like fucking recreational hobby stuff.
Oh yeah.
You say that, but Well, yeah, you said modern day. I was gonna say, my dad has in his weapon collection, some of the things he has are real throwing stars, but they're also super rusty and old.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Those things are only like those things can do barely any damage to someone unless you either A, hit them in the eye, or B, coat them in poison. Barring those two things, they're like you're generally going to do significantly more damage with completely legal tomahawks, completely legal throwing knives, completely legal throwing, like any other type of throwing axes. Oh, and then there's also the fact that we're in the States, so fucking guns.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's illegalize the little piece of metal that anyone with a fucking bit of know-how can make in their fucking garage.
Okay, before
Or
we
even better, let's illegalize those little pieces of metal, despite the fact that something absurdly similar that can do just as much damage can be bought in any hardware store in the form of a saw blade.
Yeah, awesome. And there's one thing I want to ask before we continue. What the hell is a ballistic knife?
I
Let's not
believe
get into that. Well, let's
that-
keep going.
If I
Huh?
remember correctly, it's a knife that it like pretty much shoots out the knife. It's like a weapon
Jeez,
that shoots out
that's
the
a
knife.
thing?
Yes.
yeah, it spring loads or using compressed air shoots the knife blade out of the handle.
Yes.
What the fuck?
That's not something that Call of Duty just thought up on their own.
You know what?
Yeah.
Since Bright wants
All
to keep on the ballistic knife thing,
like
Sorry.
I just want to show these.
all of the weapons in Call of Duty are used by the military.
Oh my
pretty much.
god. Those look
Yeah.
terrifying.
And that's because the Call of Duty is military propaganda.
Yeah.
Also, a reminder that yes, they do shoot off. See?
Yes.
This is literally a picture of one going, the blade goes in here.
hmm
It's basically a tiny
Christ.
spear.
Oh damn, you learn something new every day. Anyways, let's see how worse it gets. In 3, 2,
Okay,
1.
that picture made me think
Oh.
it's like the what is it called? It Yeah, it is basically a tiny sphere, but like I was my brain like was thinking of the like the bayonets. My
Ah,
brain
yeah.
like
Yeah.
kind of similar in design to bayonets, but that's probably because it has to be
Bayonets
something,
are
yeah.
a type of small knife. That's probably why it reminds you of them. I just consider it different because you're not exactly throwing the bayonets.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bayonet
if
is typically attached to the gun.
you see,
You're not
there,
throwing the gun.
if you really want to, you could throw the gun at your enemy. It'd do something.
Yeah.
You're discarding your main weapon, but it'd do something. It'd probably hurt him pretty bad. Anyway.
Let's keep watching this.
Yeah, alright, in 3, 2, 1.
Justice. Though generation of SCP-2137-1 has been determined to have a definite causal nature, the manner in which the instances are copied onto the disk has yet to be ascertained. When not being used, the disk is to be kept within a typical electronic 10-digit metal safe in the safe wing of Site-23. Initially, all digital and wire
I don't know, I am pausing here because I don't know why when they first put that disc in there, I thought they were putting it in a microwave.
It looks like a microwave, that's why.
That's what I first thought. They're just gonna microwave the SCP.
Time for wild speculation. What would Tupac do if you microwaved his CD?
Not.
Anyways, 3, 2, 1.
wireless broadcast media had to be kept at least 100 meters away from it. However, it was later determined that due to its anomalous effect having no ranged limit, digital, wireless, and broadcast media may be used, but should be monitored closely for any appearance of SCP-2137-1 or 2. Once a week, 2137 is to be cleaned and all tracks are to be played in succession, with special attention paid to the instance of 2137-1 that replaces track 7. The names, situations, and anecdotes presented in that instance must then be reported to the 2137 Special Committee, otherwise known as Pack Watch. On the rare occasion that non-Foundation organizations cannot address the situation presented in an instance of SCP-2137-1, 05-9 has given authorization to activate MTF-339, the Suge Knights, to take any and all...
No! No!
Instead of joining MTF, they just choose Suge Knight multiple times.
That's bad. No, no, no. You need to mark racism. This is bullshit.
Oh my god.
No,
Al-
no.
Also, they had like one of their only like women in this thing
Well, there was
ordering them
another
around.
woman earlier, the first woman and possibly the first black person in the majority of their entire videos that isn't a victim in any way.
Oh
It's
my
the
god.
same. Is the same black person copied thrice?
No, not. There was an earlier one in this video that was just a black woman.
Okay.
Hold on, I want to see something.
In the other
there's
group.
a third one. There's 1, 2, 3. Why?
Yep.
They literally took the face of the guy that killed Tupac and made an entire group of just him
Allegedly.
to help
Yeah, damn it.
Tupac.
Just.
You definitely have to click the racism thing. This is no. It was funny as the name of the group, but no.
It's most definitely one of the most bizarre artistic choices you could possibly make. To go, oh, I see that there's a little wink nod to real life in this SCP in the name of this MTF group. What if I just draw 3 of the actual man instead of the MTF group?
You know, the man who literally had him ended. Oh my
Allegedly.
god.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so bad. I thought this was going to be a good SCP for them. You do realize they have to have at least 1 point in the bad category,
Oh.
right?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
gonna be like 2. It's gonna be like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny enough, it's gonna be 3. Look, there's 1 point for each of them right here, 1 there, and 1 there.
What's going to be sensitive? You know what? What am I talking about? It's literally a content farm. Why would they care about making an entire clone group of his killer to help his dead corpse ghost entity thing in doing good?
Look, Jerry,
Oh, God.
they just used SCP-2000 3 times.
Oh, God.
For those who don't know, SCP-2000 is a clone machine.
Wait. Okay.
Let's never clone Suge Knight.
Granted, it wouldn't be used for this because that's only used for after an
Romeo
SK
Suge
event.
Knight was definitely responsible for a number of deaths. Let's not. This is so bad. They're like, look, the killer, the SCP that hates killers, the very killer that had him ended. Let's make a bunch of him. They're his helpers.
Allegedly.
Jerry just hates this video just by this one scene.
Look at that person play.
Knights to take any and all measures necessary to reach a
Oh, God,
resolution to the
realized
problem.
They literally had a white woman in charge of all of them.
I was pointing that out. I was pointing that out.
Thank you. I hate it.
I said 3, 2, 1.
Operational success will be indicated by a new instance of 2137-1. Personnel who wish to examine or attempt to interact with the disk must ask Dr. Kivowitz for authorization beforehand, which will then pend O5 clearance. The primary voice on the songs from herein
wait.
identified
Why is this one the one they have the most fucking diversity in like in like people in the like SCP Foundation? What the fuck?
Because if they didn't have that diversity, it would stand out even more when it's
Yeah.
talking about Tupac Shakur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a
Also, look how
second.
badly that's drawn. They literally just traced a picture of him. They still fucked up.
Give me a second. Can you go back to that doctor? I want to see if I'm remembering something. Okay.
Wait, wasn't the doctor in charge woman?
I'm trying to double check if that's the thing. Okay, no, I don't think this doctor actually had any gender identification.
I know at one point there was a doctor that was identified as female.
Yeah, there's the
Gwen Christine, the site director.
yeah, that's the Site 515 director rather than just this
Researcher
doctor.
Maria Kolvich. Kolzvich?
I think that's a different person.
Oh, the Kivowitz.
Yeah. Yeah, generally I
Hey,
don't know
also,
what the right term
did
would be.
was
Slovakian name.
Kivowicz talked about in the thing?
Oh, you're right. Let's
Well, we
Have
haven't
you-
gotten there.
Yeah.
well, I was gonna look Dr. Kivowitz.
Yeah, so we're just getting mixed up off of similar sounding. What's the right term for that general group of general ethnic group, like Slavic, I think. Similar
Well, they
sounding
definitely have
Slavic
different names. I'm just trying to find where, if they do say Kivowitz's first name, also because I did not immediately remember that doctor, and because I do not have the first name, I mistook them for Maria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kivowitz is only mentioned once, and it's with Dr. Kivowitz.
Yeah.
Kivowitz.
Okay.
Anyways, let's just continue.
beforehand, which will then pend O5 clearance. The primary voice on the songs from herein identified as SC.
Wait, I just realized they didn't do like O5 Longfoot or Long Dick anymore.
Nice.
They're actually doing the O5 numbers.
It's about time 05 Long Dick got a retirement. He's been doing too much work for the Foundation. He's on basically every SCP. It's about time he takes a break.
Yeah. Anyways, 3, 2, 1.
SCP-2137-2 matches cleanly through advanced audio analysis to that of the real Tupac Shakur, who died in 1996, over a year before the recovery of the disc. However, occasionally, on crimes of a particularly complicated or brutal nature, he will be joined by other performers, either guest rapping or singing the chorus or bridge. This has included many of Tupac's contemporaries, such
The
as
only
Snoop Doggy
Asian
Dogg.
person in this so far is literally. That's not weird.
So there's one thing I want to say. There's an animation error mistake that I saw. So when every time they showed the list of names, a certain N word was always censored. A few seconds ago, it was not censored.
Oh!
He saw it, I just did not want to say it or pause for reasons.
You need to
Wait, what?
censor that when this is released on YouTube.
It
Wait,
stopped
so they
it,
actually
yeah.
wrote the name out?
Hold on.
They didn't just like put a censor bar and they didn't write the name? What the fuck?
It was that was censored except for one animation scene.
Well, no. What I'm saying is they actually wrote the name out in each of those iterations.
She's saying they did.
Yeah.
But she's trying not to show their mess up.
Yeah. I
Yeah, see? See where they had to censor shit?
yeah.
It wasn't there in one scene.
Let's skip that and keep going.
You could literally just censor it
Yeah, I know.
without writing the fucking thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to them.
This has included many of Tupac's contemporaries, such as Snoop Doggy Dogg or No Doubt, as well as artists from
Wait. Why do they call him Snoop Doggy Dog?
Snoop Doggy.
That's one of his nicknames.
I was gonna say, isn't that one of his nicknames?
It is, although it's weird hearing someone say it with a straight-laced voice.
Uh-huh.
Snoop
Oh,
Doggy Dog.
Also, yeah, also like a white man saying it too.
Well, I think white is fine. Like take Eminem for instance. It's just weird when the most milk toast white guy says it.
Snoop Doggy Dog.
Anyways, me too.
the 2000s, including Chris Brown, Katy Perry, Lady Gaga, and Eminem, usually at the height of their popularity. On a few notable occasions involving long
I'm
unsolved
living for
crimes
their
by still
terribly
active criminals.
traced celebrity photos.
Oh look, it's a D class.
Anyway,
Those are all supposed to be prisoners, and you know it.
Mhm.
Future D class.
let's just say potential D class and move on.
Yeah.
There have been guests of a more blatantly anachronistic nature, standouts among whom include Frank Sinatra, Elvis Presley, and the Beatles. Heavily anachronistic guests tend to take the role of primary artist, the song performed in their style, with SCP-2137-2 joining as a rap guest. When contacted,
Alright,
none
listen.
of these artists.
Listen. Do we want to discuss how interesting it would be to have a genuine Beatles Tupac crossover?
Oh my
That would be
god.
amazing.
Also, it's funny how they're saying when contacted when like pretty much half of the people there are dead.
We contacted Elvis. we got in touch with John Lennon, and he can confirm he never collaborated with Tupac.
Okay. Speaking of me, okay, I'm gonna say something similar to me happened with someone. Because I was doing, this was the first school project for a history project, where I was doing things that can't be explained and whatnot. And one of them was the anti theorem mechanism. I think some of you know what that is.
Yeah.
So I was messaging the person who found it. I kept sending them emails because they wouldn't respond back. Apparently he was dead. So just
Oh my god.
Oh, poor dumb little Aaron sending messages to the inbox of a guy who's been dead for years. Bless your soul, Bright. Aaron, whatever.
That's probably going to be clipped. Anyways,
Oh my God.
3, 2, 1.
artist had any recollection of recording for or information regarding SCP-2137.
There's so much data art and then randomly that hyper detailed face. What?
Also, Bright, I would delete that in the recording live streams VC.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Yeah.
Oh, right. But uh, just something like I was already talking about. I have a general appreciation for the shittily traced celebrity photos, but something about them trying to make this shitty caricature of Eminem act like
Wait,
a
that was
fucking
them trying to
marionette.
draw Eminem?
Yeah, that was them
Oh
trying to draw Eminem.
no!
So they're marionetting this shitty drawn Eminem
That is the
around,
shittiest art of Eminem I have ever seen. Oh wow.
and
The
they're
fuck?
depicting him as being on the phone, looking like he's got shit in his eyes.
We're not even halfway through the video.
Oh my
Ugh.
god. He looks like just your fucking standard white guy that
Yeah.
you see in like
Yeah,
a
he doesn't even look like Eminem.
No, he
Although,
doesn't.
although to be fair, when I think of Eminem, I commonly just picture standard white man,
Yeah.
True, I guess. Yeah.
mediocre white man, rapping in a fucking uh car park. Those are the images that come to my brain when I initially think of Eminem.
Yeah.
Honestly, when I think of Eminem, I think, how did he go from the cool ass person he was when he was young to the fucking dumb shit he is now?
We don't know.
Same.
But yeah, also I want to show a picture of Eminem and probably the age they looked at before drawing that versus the actual image.
It looks like they made him out of Play-Doh.
It's like Play-Doh Eminem.
Yeah. Anyways.
I'm pretty sure they even used that exact picture and traced it too.
Yeah, that looks like the exact picture. Like with all of these like shitty trace
Oh,
celebrities,
yeah.
you can find the exact picture they used to trace with a single Google search, of course.
Oh yeah, no, that is literally what they use because like that's the same jacket, that's the same. Wait, they got rid of his.
Yes, they basically made
They
him
got rid of
look
his
less
necklace.
street because they couldn't
Yeah.
make the rapper look like a rapper.
Yeah. Anyways, let's continue.
137.
No.
The
Let's
crimes
keep
themselves
mocking-
share that
Let's keep mocking
They-
their botched Eminem.
They could have at least kept a
Oh,
chain so you
really?
could tell it was Eminem.
Like, he looks pissed to be here in this video.
I mean, well, to be fair, he's
What
on
music
trial,
is this video?
but also, what? This just feels like a knockoff Despicable Me character.
Well, let's keep going.
Yeah.
they are unsolved, or in some cases have escaped detection entirely. The majority of instances of SCP-2137-1 address crimes of private citizens, such as serial killers, spree murders, or career criminals, though occasionally the songs will address larger groups, such as Hamas, ISIS, the IRA, and even in two separate instances, the Chaos Insurgency and the Church of the Broken God. The following is a prototypical example of SCP-2137-1. Jeff Rieger out there and still stalking the night. Killed his brother and 5 strangers with the same damn knife. Now it's not my place to tell you what to do, but I know what I would do if I were you. He hid the
I thought
blade
I
in an
read
old
that
barn off
bad.
the North
Holy
111.
fuck.
He
Huh?
Oh, that's it. I thought I read that bad, but holy fuck.
Conversation over.
already killed 6 don't make it 7. When the crimes have been addressed and the guilty parties brought to light, either by the legal system or otherwise, SCP-2137-1 is immediately replaced by a new instance. However, the track is easily recorded through conventional means. Recorded versions are not subject to change or replacement, and the original can be replayed from the CD endlessly before the killer is found, with no little variation.
You do realize
There are
computers haven't looked that way since like the 70s, right?
They don't know time frames.
Yeah.
Sorry, the last time computers that looked that way was probably around like the 60s or 70s.
Yeah. 3, 2,
Listen,
1.
as we all know, the person who put this shit together is probably like a very young millennial or zoomer. Anything that existed before them is the old things. It's just draw the old things.
You can't smash all eras together. How?
Yet people manage to do it a lot.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anyways, in 3, 2, 1.
Nearly 1,000 instances of SCP-2137-1 on record. The disc was recovered in the home of Avon Lincoln, arrested for the vigilante slaying of Michael Ferris, who was later revealed to have been the OJ Strangler, responsible for 6 murders over the summer of 1996. Avon's insistence that Tupac Shakur spoke to him from beyond the grave and told him he had to take justice into his own hands because Ferris' position as district attorney would prevent a fair trial drew the attention of Foundation agents after the song in question was produced as evidence in court. Amnestics were administered to all involved, and Lincoln was released back into the general population. Initially, researchers experimented with anonymously tipping off local police departments through Foundation plans, which led to the resolution of numerous cold cases, including the recovery of 3 SCP subjects, though no direct link has been established other than the murders involved. However, after several years, this use of the SCP was deemed impractical. Repeatedly addressing the crimes discussed in 2137's music was, in practice, allowing the SCP to dictate the circumstances of its containment, and under the wrong circumstances, open the Foundation to potential exposure through continuous interaction with law enforcement at all levels across multiple governments. In response to this, 05-9 ceased addressing the crimes. After 2 months passed, the disk's behavior radically changed, when, for the first time, an instance of SCP-2137-1 was produced that revealed SCP-2137-2 had an awareness of its containment with lines such as, "You say you're about security, but you ain't the good guys," and "Locked in a drawer, feeling like y'all trying to screw me. You're stepping all up on my destiny. You might not believe I'm the real Pac, but I'm not just a CD." The decision was made to halt testing
why do you
entirely
have them
rather than
moving
acquiesce.
to that? It's like a literal threat, and they're like, "Oh yeah, threaten."
Oh yeah, Tupac threatened my life, baby.
Oh, that sounds like a kink. Okay.
Yes, it is. Let's continue.
After 1 week passed, an instance of SCP-2137-1 appeared spontaneously on
What is this?
They're basically saying all rap. That's how they. There's been a bunch of white people besides the non-white Tupac, and this is the next black person they want to show, which
This
is
is
Also, it's supposed to be a still image, and it's moving.
they're
What?
basically no. They're think
Right,
of
this
this.
is a
They
YouTube
basically are showing a black guy with a giant bucket hat covering the majority of his face, and like a
Hold on.
testing entirely rather than acquiesce. After 1 week passed, an instance of SCP-2137-1 appeared spontaneously on the YouTube channel.
I thought it was an article where it was a still image.
no.
no.
It was a radio station.
There's a YouTube channel specifically.
Yeah, a radio station with a YouTube channel. It was still a radio station, it was just on YouTube.
No.
Do you need help finding it?
No, I found it.
This is just
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the image displayed on the video was a still photograph.
okay. Right. Let me
That's
explain
what I
this
was
to you
thinking.
slowly.
Yeah.
Let me explain this to you slowly. What we are looking at right now isn't the instance playing. It's just
The
like
radio
the
station.
the radio station's transitions.
And I was saying that was literally such that was like such an iffy depiction of like a random black person, it's kind of iffy that that's how they imagine a rap station.
Yeah. Anyway, so,
Also, why the fuck are their fingers crossed like that?
who knows?
I think
It's
they
not crossed fingers.
no, on the
Left
like
hand.
on the their left hand, they're doing the exact same gesture that is in the picture of Tupac
Oh, okay.
from earlier.
Anyways, let's continue in 3, 2, 1.
Of a Los Angeles-based hip-hop station, and in the lone hour before it was taken down, it had accrued a huge amount of views. In a massive sweeping operation involving the activation of multiple task forces across many continents, all trace of the video was erased, and all of its viewers were administered Class A amnestics. Midway through this operation, an entire album titled XK Scenario was released to the iTunes account of Beyonce Knowles. Each song featured SCP-2137-2, as well as a variety of guest artists, and focused on a different Keter-class SCP currently in captivity. In the XK Scenario incident, the image displayed on the video was a still photograph, apparently authentic, though by its nature, highly anomalous. The photograph is of Shakur, estimated to be in his early 40s, wearing the garb of Foundation D-Class personnel, with his middle fingers raised. The accompanying song, titled, focused on an SCP subject, revealing its actual location and means by which it could be broken free of current containment procedures, and identified several members of the O5 Council by their first names as it described the function and nature of the Foundation. Though SCP
What
tracking
did they
bots were
change
able to
his
bring...
hairstyle?
Hmm?
Like, they didn't show the Tupac in his 40s hairstyle, like face at all, but they showed his chin, which would have been his like beard. But I don't think he ever had his face like that at any point. I just don't like that.
I feel like it's pretty obvious that they were just scared to try to depict an actual person aged up because that'd take too much work.
Well, all they'd have to do is like take a picture of Tupac and like add wrinkles or something, maybe gray hairs.
That's obviously too much effort.
Also, see what I mean? Look, there's like. Let me just quiet this fucking thing one moment.
The silence.
But yeah, if you look at his beard, that's clearly very different, and they literally just traced that and just made the shirt like fucking orange. Or made it like the white undershirt. Would have been
Anyways,
so fucking easy.
let's continue. See how worse it gets.
XK Scenario down after only a few downloads, complete digital eradication of the individual files has proven difficult. Though no loss of life or property was incurred, the sheer scale of the danger posed by this containment breach prompted a Foundation-wide state of high alert. This prompted an ongoing upgrade to all automatic SCP firewalls, and engendered the reclassification of SCP-2137 from Euclid to Keter. The breach sparked heated debate as to how to proceed with the containment of and conceptual understanding regarding the disk, which came to an end upon the appearance of a new instance of SCP-2137-1. This instance was produced spontaneously through the mouth of an SCP subject, which appeared to fall into a trance state during the incident, with the lyrics, in totality, repeatedly written 106.
The fuck SCP are they using?
They didn't mention what SCP it is in the article, but this is just weird.
Are they trying
So-
to use the crying man?
I don't think it's trying to use Shy Guy.
Okay, yeah. Right.
Whatever.
3, 2, 1.
17,000 times all over the interior of its containment chamber. The instance began with the lyrics, Trying not to play the CD, you're starting a war. You don't really want to see me in flesh. I would hesitate to put you little nerds to rest. And ended with, dressed in black like you can't be seen. I fight alone, I don't need no team. So do your job cause I'm giving you tips and put that whole CD in the mix, biatch. The decision was made to resume the former method of testing, involving the embedded
why
informants
did he
used to
censor-
relay the discs.
What?
That's actually what's in the article.
Oh, okay. So they censored that in the thing. Okay.
But right?
Right.
Right?
Evidence and information, while
Yeah.
continuing to study the method
I
by
thought I
which it
hit play
transmits
for
its
a second.
broadcasts in an
No.
effort to truly contain it completely. SCP-2137-2 resumed its previous behavioral pattern. SCP-2137-1's focusing on crimes until their killers are located by conventional law enforcement, with the exception of one final track. At this time, its last recorded direct interaction with the Foundation. I guess it took time for it to sink in. I'm just glad you understood what I was thinking. I see it's hard to get some sleep at night. You got a head full of grays and your skin ain't tight. It's black and white, so don't get caught up in the deep thoughts. You got my music on the side with a greater force. Investigation into any kind of link or pattern between the crimes the disc solves is ongoing, as is interest to why it doesn't use its agency to pursue the criminals in question rather than working through proxies. An email was sent to O5 Council by Dr. Gwen Pristine, the director of Site 515, in which she proposed the disc be redesignated to Thaumiel class object. She reasoned that in the nearly 3 decades since its containment, the Foundation's collaboration with the disc has led to the recovery of dozens of SCPs. She wrote, "A silent, undocumented understanding has grown among us. The SCP does not simply catch murderers. It directly and aggressively searches out anything that maliciously takes a human life." She went on to say, "A few young researchers have diligently continued a hunt for meaning, for greater truth behind SCP-2137-1. An unexpected advance in this area is behind the urgency in my message to you today." It had long been understood that the life of the actual Tupac Shakur held little information or relevance towards the mystery of SCP-2137's existence. This has potentially changed. A researcher named Mariha Kozlovic had recently come across an interview held with Tupac Shakur 2 years before his death. The following are Tupac's words. "People ask me where I get my inspiration from. They say, how do you go so hard, put in that much work?
What?
But what they don't
What did
understand
they
is,
do to his-
this is me
what?
taking a break. This is
What?
Look what they did to him.
Listen, I don't know much about Tupac, but I know that isn't Tupac.
Oh my god.
But right?
me on vacation. I can't be chasing the
I
king
was
all the time.
sorry, I was
I feel like
reading
I've
it.
been doing that forever
I
to
don't know
protect
why.
you, all of you. You don't see that when I die, I'll live on. My death is my destiny, and then I become something else, what I was before. The voice will still shout, and it'll shout justice in poetry and art and music. I got you, humanity. When I eventually go toe-to-toe and brawl with this fool, he's gonna gather up his little red dress and go home crying, and he knows it. Evil knows its days are numbered, so the king's still running. The chase isn't over. Prepare, prepare, prepare. At the time of his murder in 1996,
What the fuck? Oh my god. I know you guys wanted to hear it, but this every time he said prepare, a lightning bolt struck outside.
Oh jeez.
So he was like, prepare, boom, prepare, boom, prepare, boom. That's amazing.
Shakur was 25 years old. What did you think of that SCP?
I know, no AI.
Okay, so one thing I will say that I meant to do earlier that doesn't pertain solely to this to the video, like a bit of a wee little criticism I have for the article itself is the very I would you can clearly tell that it's framed from the mindset of someone who is existing with colonialism as being accepted as the correct thing.
Yeah.
I say this specifically because you will notice that like the SCP obviously seeks out and tries to bring justice to people and organizations that maliciously take life. But they specifically mention the IRA and Hamas,
Yes.
but they don't mention the empire, the empires and colonial forces that those groups are opposing. They conveniently mention Hamas, not the state that currently has like
The state
1.5
that is,
million people corralled into an area that's less than half the size of the Denver airport. Right.
yeah.
They
Let's be honest. That country is literally treating the other people like they should be off.
yeah. The point being is like I feel like this article could be better if it had a proper anti-colonial framing because
I agree.
it sticks out very heavily to me that
Mhm.
Tupac the
Someone who
in
would
this
have
case
grown up in an
yeah
area where it would have been less than helpful, and they
yeah
would have been exactly like my dad and trusted the police at all.
Yeah.
yeah like
You,
this
you wouldn't trust like the authorities, yeah, to do
Yeah,
shit.
because in areas like that, the police aren't trustworthy.
Yes.
yeah. So point being,
And
that's a bit of a criticism
he
on
also
the
probably wouldn't trust the SCP Foundation at all either.
Yep.
probably not. But yeah, either way, point being, on one hand, I think it's a really good article. I had fun with it, but that's like a bit of criticism I had for it. Let's actually get to rating the video.
Removal of character size license.
I would say that's a 1 because they did have all the proper license, but they did cut out some of the MTFs.
Yeah, there was more than one MTF group.
They listed 2 of them, but there was more than 2 MTF groups. And they didn't even show the second MTF group. They just had their weird, racist, very cringy joke added in.
Yeah.
Clones of his fucking killer.
Allegedly. Yeah, and it was altered / added gore or violence.
0.
Yeah.
0.
There wasn't really any violence aside from implied in the fact that it's going after murderers.
Deviates from the plot of the article.
They cut out a lot, but they don't really deviate from it.
They summarized,
Yeah.
but they
If
keep
it
all
cut
of the
out,
key
maybe
points
just put a
there.
1, I guess.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think
0's good.
I don't feel like they cut out enough to warrant it being
Okay.
above 0.
Yeah. Summarizing is different than cutting things out.
Yeah. Alright, here's where we're gonna get a high number. Only minute in a video with such offensiveness.
I'm just gonna say 4 and move on.
Or
They can't. These channels cannot be expected to reasonably portray anything that has the slightest bit of uh social dumb fuckery. I don't know if I'm getting this across right. My head is killing me, but I think y'all.
they peed on dead people. They were racist. Let's move on. What's the total?
They did pretty box standard conspiracy theorist shitting on a dead person.
Mhm.
They were racist ×3 because they cloned the racism. So yeah, I feel 4 is reasonable. It is a crime against humanity that this rating score can give them a 75% on that video.
I agree.
Mm,
It's not like an actual criticism of how we're doing this. I think that this is a fair way to do it, given all of the other
It
things
is
that we've
fair. We
done.
just don't want to be fair.
Just-
That's the issue.
Yeah.
Anyways, Hedge, you ready to read your SCP? The one that's
I'm
heavily
ready.
redacted.
Okay, I'll try.
You
I
got
think-
this, Hatch. Right.
I think this might be a cryptozoology SCP.
Oh, that might be okay. Wait, you just trying to lure me into it more?
I think. I don't remember. It's been a while since I read this one. Hold on, let me get its nickname.
Also, isn't this the last SCP for this content form?
No. Hang King
Oh.
is. We have not
Hang-
gotten close.
Oh, I thought I could. For some reason, I thought that this was the last one.
We haven't gotten close. The nickname is Very Tall Things.
Very tall. It's gonna be some like knockoff Slender Man. That's not actually Slender.
Very tall thing. It's just a fucking giraffe.
it's it's just a spooky giraffe that keeps showing up in places it shouldn't.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, anyways, whenever you're ready, Hatchet.
I want
Just a giraffe that just keeps showing up in chimneys.
yeah, it's just I want an SCP that's just a giraffe that keeps showing up at random places because they like want to party or something, but they're a giraffe so they can't party.
So they like destroy the house or some shit. That
Yeah,
they're just
Yeah.
the first thing that I thought of is like the initial incident for containment or attempted containment is like some random kids quinceañera and then just spontaneously in the middle of the festivities, like in the middle of the father-daughter dance. Oh my god. Oh no. It's actually giraffes?
I don't.
Oh my.
I don't think it
Either way, yeah, it's just the idea of a spontaneous giraffe like appearing out of a present in the middle of a father-daughter dance.
I
At,
was
like,
making
some
a joke,
random
but it's literally
quinceañera.
giraffes. Oh my god.
Uh,
Anyways, whenever you're ready.
but what if I want to keep throwing random shit together as a dumb SCP option?
No,
What if I don't want to continue with the schlock?
shut up.
Fuck you. All right. Item number SCP-2256. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. Information about 2256 is subject to a gradual antimemetic corrosion effect. Corrosion occurs at differing rates depending on the level of detail/accuracy in the information and the physical complexity of the storage medium. In-depth academic papers, photographs, and information stored electronically decay rapidly. Broad description, pencil sketches, and paperwork decay slowly. Therefore, this electronic database entry should describe 2256 only in broad terms. Detailed information about 2656's appearance, theorized evolutionary ancestry, biology, diet, behavior, vocalizations, life cycle, intelligence, ecological role, and cultural significance should be stored in hard copy at Site 19, Vault 1053. The rate of corrosion is in both data sources should be monitored carefully, although at present no technique is known for halting or undoing such corrosion. Although these antimemetic effects linger and rate Euclid classification, 2256 itself is extinct and requires no special containment procedures. Huh. Let me just grab this and look up what species name this is. Oh, okay, so it's a species name that was created for this article. Okay. Description. SCP-2256 Cryptomorpha gigantes is a species of gigafauna which was endemic to the South Pacific Ocean around the islands of Polynesia. 2256 was one of the very few recorded species known to have developed rudimentary perceptual slash antimemetic camouflage, rendering them nearly impossible for other sentient beings to perceive or remember. This adaptation is theorized to have arisen in order to elude predators. 2256 was the largest species to have lived on Earth, resembling spindly, vertically elongated giraffes or brachiosauruses. Adults of the species grew to be over 1,000 meters in height. They weighed no more than 4 tons, with most of their mass being camouflaged by a very similar adaptation. With their broad, dish-shaped feet, they were able to walk directly on the surface of the ocean without sinking. Okay, so it's not quite a giraffe. It's a sauropod-like Jesus monster. Okay. 2256 navigated the ocean alone or in redacted of 2, I guess pods or groups of 2, or in redacted of 2 to as many as 2,000 individuals. Why redact the? Okay, I guess the idea is that like, wait, oh my God, this is actually doing what I was talking about earlier as an idea. I think. I think all of the redaction here may actually be a result of these things
Yeah.
like natural antimemetic properties.
Yeah, that's what I was starting to think too. Yeah, like, okay, so that's actually clever.
Yeah, so this is actually basically doing a genuine version of what of the dumb /J idea I had before stream. Oh, makes sense. Okay. Right. They are reluctant to approach land, especially inhabited islands, usually staying more than 30 kilometers offshore. Because of their height, they were visible on the horizon at this distance. What? What the hell are they eating? They filter feeders?
Oh.
It's the only thing I could think of for them. Maybe they photosynthesize. I like these creatures. Acquisition. Acquisition? They got these things? Polynesian natives of the island of Maikiti, I might not be pronouncing it, used a substance called teococa, for recreational and religious purposes. As well as being a moderate psychedelic, this drudge, what the fuck, me?
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I just called drudge. It's like drugged out dredge. This drug had mnestic properties, suppressing antimemetic, right? Antimemetic effects and making entities camouflaged in this way easier to see and remember. Thus, The Mycetans were for hundreds of years the only people able to see 2256. In Mycetan mythology, 2256 were wandering spirits whom the gods had charged with maintaining the horizon to ensure that the sky and the water never mixed. They were characterized as well meaning and friendly, but unintelligent and often deficient in their duties, resulting in storms and typhoons. They were called Polo Ongakawa. Polo Ongakawa, the ones who walk very slowly. In 1991, an internal biochemistry study revealed that Teococa bore a strong chemical resemblance to the Foundation's own Class W mnestic. A Foundation anthropologist was assigned to follow redacted, the Mycetan legend, and become the first outsider to observe redacted 2256. Yeah, so this is like just random redaction as a part of the SCP's effects. Because why the fuck would they redact SCP and not the number?
Yeah.
An observation redacted was quickly redacted. An observation was quickly redacted on the island to study the creatures. Routine containment analysis found that SCP-2256 was safe and required no special containment procedures or even particular redacted secrecy. History. SCP-Redacted immediately proved to be impossible to capture photographically. Photographic negatives of the species faded into transparency over the redacted a few minutes. Similar decay redacted affected videotapes, audio tape, celluloid film, digital and electronics scans redacted. The observation team soon returned most of their equipment to inventory and proceeded using pencils and redacted. At the time it redacted believed. I'm pretty sure that was just was. At the time it was believed. It just redacted the word was.
This is actually a very fun SCP.
I love this actually.
Yeah.
They redacted makes sense. Yeah. Oh fuck, where was I? It you know what? From now on, was is redacting. No one's allowed to say redacted. Or well, was, but that's the last time it's not going to be redacted. From now on, anytime you want to say redacted, you have to say redacted. Anyway, this is so dumb. It was believed that such recordings would be effectively permanent. SCP-2256's population declined slightly in 1992 and 1993, then dropped sharply from 1994 onwards. A combination of contributing factors were observed: illness, infertility, and an redacted rate of stillbirths. Oh. In 22, a field generator was developed which could penetrate and neutralize 2256's antimemetic. I'm pretty sure that's just properties that's been redacted there, allowing for conventional photography. The first and only close-up photograph of one of the creatures instantly killed. No. No, they're killing them by trying to categorize them. No. No. It was concluded that direct observation of 2256 is injurious to them. This adaptation is believed to have arisen as a means of detecting predators, just as 2256's anti-mimetic camouflage protected them from those same predators. Use of redacted generator was immediately curtailed. It was subsequently hypothesized that the Foundation's ongoing passive observation of the species was intense enough to have harmful effects on 2256, and the redacted was what was driving, and was that redacted was what was driving the species' redacted extinction. Opinions differed sharply. Redacted veracity of this hypothesis over redacted thoroughly it should be tested, over how thoroughly it should be tested, and over what redacted be done if it proved to be true. Several extreme opinions were redacted, including redacted exterminating the SCP to preserve the data and completely expunging the data to preserve redacted SCP. No firm conclusions. I'm guessing that means that's word reached.
I would go with expunging.
I would go with that too, but even like this is the foundation, they're not going to expunge it. Even so, I would like to officially announce my intention to feed anyone who decided the best option is to destroy the SCP. We're gonna feed them to the lizard. They're too much like GOC farms. What is the point of having data about an extinct creature if you could just keep them alive instead? Preserve the data anyway. In 2003, an observation of SCP-2256 was scaled back significantly, and the Foundation redacted focus from gathering redacted data to analyzing. I'm guessing that's shifted focus from gathering new data to analyzing previous data. However, 2256's population continued to decline. The last individual died near Tokelau, redacted AU, or yeah, AH, October 30th, 2006. Redacted 2010, redacted, discovered redacted, the anti-memetic camouflage, redacted, also characterized as decay or corrosion, was spreading through paper records of redacted of the SCP. As of redacted, more that has to be then 60% of redacted documents are redacted, even with a strong nest. It redacted the letter A. Strong nestic dose. The effect is even redacted, SCP entry itself. No shit. Despite redacted shielding and redundancy in redacted system. Since redacted extinct. Since SCP yada yada went extinct. Zero new data redacted it can be generated. It is redacted that full contamination redacted 3 to 8 years. This one just made me sad.
I'm sorry.
I would like to, yeah, Zanjio, I would like to
It's fine.
congratulate the Foundation for single-handedly extinguishing a harmless species. Now, to
Mhm.
be fair, for the most part, it wasn't intentional. There's a few fuck-offs that ought be fed to the lizard, and there's a few more radical folks who were in the right by saying we should just expunge the data. But at the
Yeah.
very least, the inciting incident wasn't malicious.
Oh my gosh, this SCP is used in the Anti-Memetics Division Hub. Oh
Yeah,
wait,
this one made me sad.
it's made by... Oh, I noticed the author. It's QNTM. They made it.
QNT1. The SCP Foundation accidentally caused the extinction of anti-memetic Jesus dinosaurs.
Yeah, in case you're wondering, QNTM is a creator of O55.
Ooh. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
They just really like anti-memes, huh?
Yeah.
Give me a second. Let me like.
Also,
Alright, good night, Sanju. Yeah,
Yeah, have a good night, Sanju.
yeah, probably after this content farm video, I'm gonna go to bed as well.
Yeah. Give me a sec.
the thing is, as soon as they started seeing that it was continually declining, they should have just been like, okay, yeah, we gotta just completely
Yeah,
get rid of
they
this.
absolutely should. But of course, the SCP Foundation is all about categorizing and fucking containing, even if doing so is going to cause direct harm. You see, this is the reason why we stand the serpent's hand. This
Like,
is the reason.
Yeah.
there's a reason that the protect is at the end of the thing and not at the beginning,
Yeah.
because they don't
Yeah.
actually care about protecting.
They
creatures.
do, it's just commonly ends up going by the wayside compared to the others.
Hmm.
Anyway, as a side note, just to put into perspective how tall these guys got, uh, the Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building, is 829.8 meters tall. These
Oh God.
things reach up to about 1,000 meters.
Mhm.
These things make the tallest building in the world look like a kid next to them.
Damn.
God.
But unfortunately, we can't see them.
And
Aw.
trying to see it is exactly what killed them.
Yeah.
Or rather, probably not the act of seeing them, but trying to record them.
Yeah, trying to like make broader categorization and documentations.
Anyways, ready to see a thumbnail?
No.
Yeah.
As a side note, the other thing that I will say that I love about this SCP is this is a wonderful example of the concept of an evolutionary dead end. How something that was originally something helpful for a species can just, given the rapid pressures of changing environments, can just end up killing it.
Yeah. Also, the one thing I looked at an article, I was like, okay, this is just an article that uses way too many redactions. But after we read, like, the special containment seizure, it's like, oh, that's interesting.
What did they do to my boys?
Can we mark this as a 4?
Yeah.
Like,
They literally gave it sharp teeth and made it like look menacingly at a random person.
Also, it's underwater.
Yeah.
what the yeah. You see, at first I was gonna try to like play devil's advocate, but you know what? I'm all deviled advocates. I'm all deviled out. Okay, I was real. I'm. Fuck these people.
Mhm.
Fuck this content
Wait,
bar.
there's actually one thing I saw. They also wrote a proposal. Q and team. I want to see what it is from. Oh, it's the Onyx Gemstone.
Huh. I don't know what that is.
Onyx?
I
Oh,
can't
I don't know what
remember.
the SCP is. I know what the gem onyx is.
It's basically a gemstone. It's can't be unlocked. Like the key to the thing is missing, and it's like a South Pole North Pole type thing. It's an I don't remember much about it, but it's interesting. Yeah, but it looks like they mainly do like mimetic stuff, which is funny. So we believe in 4.
Yeah.
Yes. This deserves a 4.
I love how the last one got a 0, now 4.
They
Oh,
made
they did put the on
they
there.
made they made my Jesus sauropods into murder monsters for
No,
their
I'm just
thumbnail.
saying they're not very consistent in quality.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
I'm sorry.
Alright, we ready?
I didn't expect. I'm gonna be honest. I expected that article to fucking blow chunks because I get so annoyed with excessive redaction. But the article actually just took me on an emotional roller coaster that I wasn't quite prepared for.
I
Yeah.
think
And
it took.
now we have to watch this right
Yeah.
I think
after.
it took
Then he-
everyone here on an
Oh, sorry.
emotional.
The last time I had this much sinking dread in my stomach over one of these videos was when I read Patchwork Bear.
Then again, Q and TM is basically one of the OG SCP writers, so it kind of makes sense why it was written so well.
And I just the Jesus sauropods
You ready?
gone too soon. 07's in chat for the Jesus sauropods.
Alright, in 3, 2, 1.
Let me
The early
07's in
morning
chat
sunlight.
for the Jesus sauropods before starting the video, damn it. Okay.
You said 07s?
Yeah, 07's. There we go. 07's for Jesus sauropods.
Oh. I saw a little bit ahead by accident. We're going backwards. Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
The early morning sunlight glistened on the water as the young man returned from his fishing expedition. He had set off before dawn that morning.
I'm sorry. Just like the sudden, like, the very elastic way that he boings out of the ground really caught me off guard.
May I just say they've already got racism listed?
Right.
What?
Okay, so why we got racism listed?
Yeah, wait,
Well,
what?
think of this. They don't have a fishing boat or anything. The fishing expedition is literally he jumped out, swam all the way out there on his own, and grabbed it with his bare hands.
I don't think we have that. We're only 4 seconds in.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Let's see his tools, his boat. Let's see the thing.
And like as a side note, like I could definitely still see how it could be racist if it's just like randomly applying it to diverse people groups, but isn't there actually Polynesian cultures that do that? Like isn't like well something similar to that. Like isn't like one of the like I remember one of the most common examples brought up about like evolution within human beings is that like there's an isolated Polynesian tribe that has like the longest the longest ability to hold their breath because they go down just swim down on their own into these caves to get fish.
Mm.
And like they can
Being
hold their
able to
breath
hold
for
your
like
breath
45
is different than being able to hold your breath or swim a great distance is a bit long. I mean, not long, a bit different than being able to fish well. I'm sure they can fish well, but I'm just saying, you still need either a boat or two. Do you think swimming out there is conducive for getting a fish to calm down and let you have them?
depending on the type of fishing culture, I wouldn't be too surprised.
Anyways.
I'm just saying this because one, one of my dads was Hawaiian, and two, his grandfather was a fisherman.
Yeah. And anyways, let's continue.
Anyway, yeah, we're debating over the veracity of 4 seconds. Let's continue.
Fishing expedition. He had set off before dawn that morning, as he did every morning, to fish the waters surrounding Maikiti, his Polynesian island home. He had had a very successful morning fishing, and as he dragged the boat out of the water, he felt happy and content. He decided he would take a few minutes rest before taking his catch to the market to sell.
Like a Dorito.
drawing, but at least they were not racist. I jumped the gun.
Wait,
It just
what the fuck is wrong with that tree in the background?
It's very cool.
Let's
It's
just-
leaning for days.
no one ever said they knew how to draw right.
That
Well,
tree was
I mean, look at the fucking man. They don't know how
Listen.
to draw muscular men.
Listen, as we all know, that tree has trained its entire life to be the perfect limbo bar. Okay, we're not going to shame the limbo bar palm tree. Let's move
They-
on.
They just know how to draw twinks. That's all they know how to draw. And they don't even know how to draw them well.
Yeah. It's in 3, 2, 1.
He flopped down onto the sand and looked out to the ocean. Seabirds flew behind the boats of his friends, hoping to catch any scraps of fish left behind.
I just
He felt
realized
lucky to
they
be
still
living
haven't
there,
shown his
surrounded-
fishing tool.
What?
They're showing other people with their fishing tools.
I mean, it's probably just in the boat. Like,
Yeah,
it won't be able
probably.
to
Okay.
easily, like,
Yeah.
this feels like a very minor discrepancy.
Anyways, in 3, 2, 1.
by the Pacific Ocean. He reached into his pocket and took out the bottle of tiucoca he always kept on him. The island people took this substance to relax after a hard morning's work. It wasn't long before the mildly psychedelic effect of the drug began to consume him. He laid back and his body relaxed as the drug washed over him. Suddenly, something inside him urged him to sit up. He looked out over the water. He noticed that there was something on the horizon. He had never seen anything like it before in his life. It was a huge creature resembling a dinosaur with a long
Why are you Okay. Besides the fact that this guy absolutely would have already heard about these things. Like, it'd be
Yeah.
a part of his culture. But a side note, why are they depicting it as if, like, it walking around on the water is causing the earth to tremble? It's walking on the water.
Yeah.
Also, I love how they made it look like a fucking alien.
Yeah.
It's like if, oh my god, they made a Brachiosaurus that's merged with Stitch. From Lilo and Stitch.
Its
No,
only
not
description is literally Brachiosaurus
Mer-
or
merge-
giraffe.
Merged with Stitch and Cleekly.
Shouldn't it look more like some cross between a giraffe or a Brachiosaurus?
I mean, it looks like they had to be very vague with the description, but like an elongated giraffe or Brachiosaurus.
Yeah, that's what it said. This
So,
just
like-
doesn't look like either. It looks like a Aliosaurus.
Well, I mean, in terms of the body shape, it's just like a poorly drawn sauropod.
Yeah.
Like, this is a box standard poorly drawn sauropod, just with uh added head features for your pleasure.
Also, they made the legs a bit weird.
Well,
Yeah. Anyways.
honestly, let me just be frank. As far as like depictions of the Jesus sauropods go, I feel like this is passable. I don't feel like it's that bad. Like, they kind of did have the opportunity to just go a little nuts with it because, like, we don't actually know what they look like for certain.
Fair
So
enough.
wait,
Actually, my biggest critique for this would be that it's bland as fuck. You could have gone so out there with these things.
oh yeah, you could have.
Anyway,
Yeah, let's continue. And 3, 2, 1.
giraffe-like neck. It stood at almost 1,000 meters tall, and it was walking
stop
slowly
making
across the ocean
shake,
floor,
you fucking
the tops of its
dumbass.
legs visible above the water. He had heard tales of his
Or
ancestors
at
seeing
least
this
make
mythical
the water like move. So
If
that,
this is a drug he casually takes, wouldn't he have already seen it before?
yeah,
Yeah.
he
I
would
think
have.
he probably would have already seen them. Then again, it's like it's not 100% chance that like if you take it you're gonna see one because they also need to be nearby.
Well, yeah, but him getting to that age before ever came on.
It would beggars belief, but
Hmm.
it's not the most outlandish thing, I'd say.
This is probably not his first time fishing.
Well, yeah. It's just like since they like avoiding like populated places, like it makes sense that it's less likely for people to see them.
I'm just saying, it'd be kind of like seeing a crow in your area. You're probably not all that likely to
Yeah.
likely on your area, but you'll eventually see one, and before your 20s.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyways, let's continue in 3, 2, 1.
Creature, but never dreamt that he would be one to witness it. The island folk had said that the creature was a wandering spirit charged with keeping the sky and the water from mixing. He jumped up and ran back to his village. He shouted to his family and friends to come and witness what he had seen. A group of men followed him back to the beach, but when they reached there, all they could see was a huge black storm brewing on the horizon. They laughed at him. They didn't believe him when he described to them what he had seen.
Fuck you.
"That's no dinosaur," said one of them. "It's just a tornado, and it looks like it's heading this way." Welcome back
Fuck
to
you.
SCP.
Why would they have any reason to disbelieve him when that's like an ingrained part of their culture?
Yeah. That's so stupid. Anyways, let's hear more about this SCP for a white man.
People did
What?
anything to Polynesia
Mm.
or any of the Polynesian islands.
Hmm.
Sorry, let's keep going.
3, 2,
I
1.
was
Huh?
uh,
You're gonna say something, Hatchet?
no, yeah, you interrupted me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was like middle of a word.
Oh.
I was mentioning that like they're acting like he would be doubted by the townsfolk while simultaneously like uh, I just it's gone. Let's just continue.
Alright, in 3, 2, 1.
Exposed. Today, we bring you Euclid class subject SCP-2256. But before I go on, don't forget to subscribe
Go
to our
fuck
channel
yourself.
so that you don't miss out on any more SCP stories. SCP-2256, scientific name, Cryptomorph.
Web feet!
That's not I feel like that's not the worst way to depict them because they have large dish-like feet that they use to walk on water.
Yeah.
Webbed feet are
Like-
designed to help move along and through water, so like
My only issue with the design is they're described as having long legs.
Yeah.
they should definitely like with the idea of it being an elongated sauropod, like they should definitely have given them longer legs.
Yeah.
Like this just looks like a standard sauropod. There's no elongating.
Yeah. Alright, in 3, 2, 1.
gigantus is a species of gigafauna which was endemic to the South Pacific Ocean around the islands of Polynesia. It was one of the very few recorded species known to have developed rudimentary
Well, why did they do
perceptual
that instead of
anti-mimetic
showing
cam.
Polynesia?
I don't know.
We'll never know.
They just
Do
like
they think Polynesia is some mystical, wondrous fantasy world?
I
I
would
feel
give.
like they just couldn't be fucked to actually draw the little islands onto their shit map.
But
Actually, the map doesn't look
islands are
too
close
bad.
to other lands.
Right.
Yeah.
You just said the map doesn't look too bad. Look at Australia.
Oh, yeah.
What is that above Australia?
Huh.
Where is New Zealand?
That's New Zealand.
That is not New Zealand. Maybe that's meant to be New Guinea. Either way, like there's just a vast amount of islands that aren't being drawn.
Let me just
I'm
give
just
you
gonna say
some
it's
idea of where it should be. You see that little bit of map?
Yeah.
yeah.
You see the green at the top right corner?
Yeah.
That's California.
Oh no, the was it Gulf or Sea of California?
Yeah.
Like that's the little that's a little chunk of what's now Mexico.
Yeah.
Uh,
Also,
Are you sure that's a chunk of Mexico? Let me just look.
Yeah.
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 Oh, let me just.
yeah. Uh, also, I mean, the
Man,
map
I
is.
just realized I don't even know which Polynesia they're talking about. The one
Yeah.
that is near Malaysia or the one that's California?
We'll never know.
Not Malaysia, but near Melanesia. Melanesia? Melanesia?
Let's see, where's
Near Fiji.
Is Bikini Atoll on this map?
Also, I just realized something on this map. Antarctica is almost touching South America.
Oh, I mean that's also not too inaccurate. Like that's one of the less inaccurate parts. South America is like very close to Antarctica at its tip.
So does that mean at its tip it's like really cold?
There's parts, yeah. There literally are species of penguin that are endemic to
Oh.
South.
Okay,
South
this
America.
map has, I feel like the bottom map that I found, it shows a bit better.
Yeah, 3 different
But
ones.
yeah, you see, Hawaii. Hawaii is actually the closest, large landmass closest to it is California, I think.
Yeah, alright.
Well, I mean, if you draw a line straight over that, I'm pretty sure that's still like Mexico.
So also, just wondering, do we click bad map or no?
Well, yes, obviously.
Well, let me just find a map that actually shows, like,
Oh, my
shows
friend
where the closest landmass is besides vague North America, South America.
Oh shit!
What?
SCP Exposed used to have 300,000 subscribers.
Okay.
It has 232,000 now.
Yay. It's dropping off with the fucking AI shit.
I'm not gonna do anything at all while I'm waiting.
What? What? Can we just continue?
Okay, I was just waiting to see if Jerry wanted to do the map. Anyways. Alright, in 3, 2, 1.
Well, hold up. Jerry hasn't said anything.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm trying to grab it, but it won't let me copy and paste it.
I'm just
Let
saying,
me just take a fucking screenshot. I'm getting tired of this nonsense.
Yeah.
I have realized the one that's closer, I guess, depends on. Neither one is really closer. No.
It's
That's
even.
apparently something they got right. It's basically in the middle of everything. But Samoa itself looks to be close to. Oh, fuck. What is it close to? Australia?
Probably.
Australia.
Anyways.
And New Zealand.
Further south. It's not shown on this map.
Oh, let me just take another screenshot. Sorry. It didn't let me copy and paste, okay?
You're fine.
There we go. See?
Yeah.
Anyways, are we ready to continue?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still don't believe they should have just put it in the middle of the ocean, though.
Well, yeah. Like
Yeah.
it's a trash map. They didn't draw any of the islands. We're just
Okay.
getting fixated on going in depth to how shit the map is.
Yeah. Anyways, 3, 2, 1.
It was one of the very few recorded species known to have developed rudimentary perceptual anti-mimetic camouflage, rendering them nearly impossible for other sentient beings to perceive or remember. This adaptation is theorized to have arisen in order to elude predators. It was the largest species.
What the? What
He
the?
was
fuck?
underwater!
We have no indication that these sauropod-looking things were ever underwater. And they just like, oh yeah, they definitely evolved to avoid getting munched on by our fucking dollar store great white.
I
Does
wonder
that
if
even
they're.
count as a great white? Look at that art.
I wonder if
Yeah.
they're trying to draw on a megalodon.
In which case, it's even stupider. Because Megalodon did not
Megalodons would look way bigger.
Yeah.
look way bigger, and they would not look like one of the white sharks.
Yeah, they aren't even related. They just evolved similar shapes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is like long been moved out of the carcharodontids.
Wait, also, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, Hatchet. Wasn't there a shark species that's extinct that was more vicious than Megalodon? I thought there was.
I have absolutely no idea how we would measure viciousness in an extinct animal that we've never observed.
Yeah,
Wow.
let's be honest. Megalodon is so unobservable due to how badly the fleshy body is saved by fossilization. That is to say, only the teeth really save.
Yeah, teeth and jaws, that's all we really have.
Yeah. That there's no real way to figure out how they would have acted.
Aside from like basing it off of similar predators in the modern day.
Yeah.
Like we could
Well-
arguably say that they might have acted similar to modern day great whites in the fact that that's the largest predatory shark that we have to look at with like a similar body plan. So we got convergent evolution going on. But like we can't actually make definitive statements about their general temperament.
What the fuck?
What?
I went to type in prehistoric shark worse than Megalodon, and Google's recommended me as the top most searched result than Great Depression.
Damn.
Yeah, the Great Depression is worse than Megalodon. I can confirm.
Oh yeah. And it was run by sharks.
Oh my god.
Let's continue.
Predators. It was the largest species to have lived on Earth, resembling spindly, vertically elongated giraffes or brachiosauruses. Adults of the species grew to over 1,000 meters in height. They weighed no more than 4 tons, with most of their mass being camouflaged by a very similar adaptation. With their broad, dish-shaped feet, they were able to walk directly on the surface of the ocean without sinking. SCP-2256 navigated the ocean alone, or in groups of 2, to as many as 2,000 individuals. They were reluctant to approach land, especially inhabited islands, usually staying more than 30 kilometers offshore. Because of their height, they were visible on the horizon at this distance. Information about SCP-2256 is subject to a gradual anti-mimetic corrosion effect. Corrosion occurs at differing rates depending on the level of detail or accuracy in the information and the physical complexity of the storage medium. In-depth academic papers, photographs, and information stored electronically decay rapidly. Broad descriptions, pencil sketches, and paperwork decay slowly. Therefore, this electronic database entry should describe SCP-2256 only in broad terms. Detailed information about its appearance, theorized evolutionary ancestry, biology, diet, behavior, vocalizations, life cycle, intelligence, ecological role, and cultural significance should be stored in hard copy at Site 19, Vault 1-053. The rate of corrosion in both data sources should be monitored carefully, although at present no technique is known for halting or undoing such corrosion. Although these anti-memetic effects linger and rate Euclid classification, SCP-2256 itself is extinct and requires no special containment procedure. The Anti-Memetics Division Hub was set up by the Foundation in order to study the potential effects of the anti-memes on an SCP subject. An anti-meme is an idea with self-censoring properties. An idea which, by its intrinsic nature, discourages or prevents people from spreading it. Anti-memes are real. Think of any piece of information which you wouldn't share with anybody, like passwords, taboos, and dirty secrets. Or any piece of information which would be difficult to share even if you tried, such as complex equations, very boring passages of text, large blocks of random numbers, and dreams. But anomalous anti-memes are another.
I'm gonna, like, is that, like, an actual thing within the description of anti-memes?
I don't know. Hold on, we can click the anti-memetics up. An anti-meme is an idea or self-censoring property is an idea which, by an intrinsic nature, discourages or prevents people from spreading it.
Okay, he just read from this. Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking, oh, is he about to fucking come up with his own stupid bullshit? But no, it's just he was reading something else.
You were hoping he was going to trip up.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Also, here's something I actually did find out what I was thinking about. There were two where people say were more better at doing. Oh, well, there was actually no. It was just one. Sorry, just one that was better at doing stuff than Megalodon, which was the Leviathan Malvele, which was the extinct whale, also known as Leviathan, was roughly the same size as Megalodon and possessed large teeth and a powerful bite. Some research suggests that it may have been more agile predator than the Megalodon.
I'm just saying, being a better predator.
That's what I was trying to think about. Instead of versatile, I don't know why I said versatile. I mean, like a better predator.
Yeah, you said aggressive before. That's not anything about aggression. That's
I know. I meant better predator. Hunter. I meant better predator. That's my bad, my part. But I did find out what I was thinking of, which was an extinct whale.
Okay.
Ultimately, I will say that there's, like, I'm guessing you're reading from something that's like pop science. And it's like, you always got to keep in mind that, like, the concept of what it means for something to be a better predator is very subjective.
Yeah.
Well, what is it actually trying to predate on? Which is the more effective predator? The current day white shark, great white shark, that goes around and eats seals and all that and has very complex hunting strategies, or the basking shark, which eats a metric fuck ton of tiny, tiny ass little krill and plankton and shit. Like, which is more effective? Because, like, one of them's killing more things.
Yeah.
At a time. It's just, and well, to be fair, like, basking sharks and whale sharks, they're technically not even classified as predators because they're just filter feeding still.
Yeah.
Like, what makes something a quote unquote superior predator depends on what it's trying to predate.
Yeah. Oh, and apparently the other one they say might be better than Megalodon was a Mosasaurus. Did I say it correctly?
So this is just talking general sea creatures.
Yeah.
Not sharks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we've got a whale and we've got a fucking monitor. Yeah, monitor lizard that decided to turn into a fucking sea monster.
Anyways, let's continue with the video.
Maybe the better analogy would be, which is the better predator, Tyrannosaurus or Spinosaurus? Spinosaurus would not be able to hunt the same things as T-Rex, and I'd like to see a T-Rex try to fish the way that Spinosaurus could.
Yeah.
They predate on different things because they're evolved to predate on different things.
Also, I do know that it's still debated on who would actually win in that Jurassic Park movie, the Spinosaurus or the T-Rex. It's still
The
debated.
T-Rex.
The T-Rex, definitely.
It's a trash debate. If it was like an accurate Spinosaurus, that thing would die so quickly. You're dealing with the animal with the largest bite force known to humanity while fighting him with what is the dinosaur equivalent of a fucking fishing rod. That's what the Spinosaurus jaws did. They were a fishing rod compared to a fucking hydraulic press.
Oh my,
Which one wins?
Now I'm imagining the T-Rex just picking up the Spinosaurus and using it as a fishing rod.
That'd be hilarious.
That'd be a good animation.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's
Yeah.
continue with botched sauropods.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Matter entirely. How do you contain something you can't record or remember? How do you fight a war against an enemy with effortless, perfect camouflage when you can never even know that you're at war? An anti-memetic division hub is currently conducting extensive research and testing to try to determine if an antidote can be produced to reverse the effects an anti-meme has already had on a SCP subject or may have in the future. The Polynesian natives of the island of Maikiti used a substance called tucoca for recreational and religious purposes. As well as being a moderate psychedelic, this drug had monastic properties, suppressing anti-memetic effects, and making entities camouflaged in this way easier to see and remember. Thus, the Maiketians were for hundreds of years the only people able to see SCP-2256. In Maiketian mythology, SCP-2256 were wandering spirits whom the gods had charged with maintaining the horizon to ensure that the
Why do I prefer this version of 2256 than the one they're drawing mainly?
Okay, yeah, this is definitely a preferable version of the SCP. Also, I'm gonna put a big racist question mark.
How about we look up
depiction of their
the
god?
island of Makiti? Is that what they said?
Yeah, it's in the article.
Okay, let me
I'm
look up for.
I'm very, very, very cautious of white content schlock depicting indigenous people's gods.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. That
If it's
the idea is
anything
just
like Hawaiian mythology, they wouldn't even be considered gods in the way that we consider things like Zeus. They're kind
Well,
of
yeah,
like human plus plus.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, that's why I really like the SCP Eldritch Gods, because they're not like, oh, they look like sexy humanoids. No. None of them do. They're like various Eldritch horrors.
I mean, to be fair, that's like kind of box standard for the genre of eldritch horror.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't always like seeing like people
I
drawing
don't
them.
think it's a
stuff like
real
that.
island. Probably smart of the Foundation to do. But I
Yeah,
will say, if they're anything like gods, then that would be inaccurate. Let me show you the closest to something like that that would look. In fact, I think I.
Well, you found it?
No, not that. I'm going to show you the closest something like that would be. I'm gonna look up tiki god statuettes because that's literally the closest you would get to something like that.
Gotcha.
Fair enough.
There we go. That's as close as you would get to it, which, as you can tell, is not how that god was drawn. There's not one giant god.
Yeah.
And the way the gods are drawn, it's not that style. That style is not Polynesian.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
Polynesian at all. It looks like they might have been like no, it looks like they were like combining a number of different like uh gods designs, like the like bottoms, the like little sash looks like Greek. Uh, yeah.
The face mask and like uh upper part of the face mask makes me think of like a couple depiction I've seen of Egyptian gods as well as Aztec
Mm.
gods.
Yeah.
And I'm going to comment they probably put tattoos on the body as if to say, look, we're not against tattoos too. See? We respect the culture. That just pisses me off more. What the fuck would that even mean? Tattoos in Hawaiian culture, and very likely the rest of the Polynesian cultures. I don't know for sure. I only know Hawaiian, but in Hawaiian culture, if you get a tattoo for very specific cultural reasons, each design would have a. You don't just randomly add swirls and then that's it.
Yeah.
No,
Anyway, sir.
Those look like those are supposed to be his man boobs, to be honest.
Anyways, are you ready to continue?
they depicted their fictional Polynesian god with swirly moves.
Yep.
You ready to continue?
Okay. Yeah.
The sky and the water never mixed. They were characterized as well-meaning and friendly, but unintelligent and often deficient in their duties, resulting in storms and typhoons. They were called Polo Ngaku, meaning the ones who walk very slowly. In 1991, an internal biochemistry study revealed that Tukoka bore a strong chemical resemblance to the Foundation's own Class W mnestic. A Foundation anthropologist was assigned to follow Polo Ngaku, the Maikishan legend, and became the first outsider to observe SCP-2256. An observation tower was quickly erected on the island to study the creatures. Routine containment analysis found that SCP-2256 was safe and required no special containment procedures, or even particular levels of secrecy. SCP-2256 immediately proved to be impossible to capture photographically. Photographic negatives of the species faded into transparency over the matter of a few minutes. Similar evidence of decay affected videotape, audio tape, celluloid film, digital and electronic scans. The observation team soon returned most of their equipment to inventory and proceeded using pencils and paper. At the time, it was believed that such recordings would be effectively permanent. Its population declined slightly in 1992 and 1993, then dropped sharply from 1994 onwards. A combination of contributing factors were observed: illness, infertility, and an alarming rate of stillbirths. In 2002, a field generator was developed, which could penetrate and neutralize SCP-2256's anti-memetic effects, allowing for conventional photography. The first and only close-up photograph of one of the creatures instantly killed it. It was concluded
That's not. It would just sink. What? What? They just depict it like it's a fucking droid from Star Wars when the fucking mothership gets blown up. The command ship. Just. Uh. Anyway.
What?
That direct observation of SCP-2256 is injurious to it. This adaptation is believed to have arisen as a means of detecting predators, just as its anti-mimetic camouflage protected them from those same predators. Use of a field generator was immediately curtailed. It was subsequently hypothesized that the Foundation's ongoing passive observation of the species was intense enough to have harmful effects on SCP-2256, and that observation
Also,
was what was
why are
driving the
they-
species to extinction.
Why the fuck did, like, are they, like, observing it, like, all the time? Just,
Mm-hmm. Anyways.
like,
Hmm?
fucking,
See, here's
fucking white people.
really.
You
I
know
think-
what? That's very, very accurate for the majority of Hawaiian history as it pertains to their interactions with white people.
Yeah.
As a
Yeah.
side note, I genuinely don't know what to do with some of these videos. Going. Pain. It's going pain. As I was gonna say, like, a part of me is like, I don't know what to do with some of this stuff because, like, when they're just reading the article verbatim with crap animations, like, what are we supposed to say? Like, are we gonna just pound in on the crap animations for the 10 millionth time?
Well, we can focus on other things that they did, like depicting the god as weirdly European or some other non. It wouldn't have to be Europe. I don't know what to describe it. It's not Polynesian in design.
Yeah, no, not Polynesian.
Maybe quote unquote old world design.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm
But
just
yeah.
like somewhat lamenting like these instances where we're kind of just sitting here and just watching just
Well,
crap animation read the article verbatim.
technically, we are looking out for the accuracy, and although we have the video, it is mostly accurate.
Yeah, then again, like, the first two that we did, like, Professor Lucius and Chronicles, they fucked it up a lot.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
almost I'm to this point where I'm almost missing Chronicles because there was more to talk about generally.
Yeah.
Like we were like necessarily having to pause the video every like 3 minutes at most.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this one it feels like a lot of times, like since they're just reading it verbatim, like the quality is increased, but I feel like the entertainment value of these streams goes down with it.
Yeah.
We need to find schlock that's real bad schlock.
Well, they'll have videos where it's like this, but then remember, they always go down.
They do commonly get worse. It's just like I don't know. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I'm longing. I'm longing for the days when like starting one of these SCP videos was like an actual coin toss as to whether or not it would be like offensively bad or just offensively inaccurate rather than bad, but like we can't rate it badly. Like it's I don't want to say it this way, but the best way I can put it is I miss the days of these content farms, like the content farms we're looking at, being so bad that they just randomly insert racism into like the fucking peanut article. I miss having something like that to react to.
Yeah. Well, if it makes you feel better, catch it.
This is like internet's crappy content farms.
Yeah. If it makes you feel better, Hatchet, the next one they're doing after this is the rubber.
Yay.
which is notoriously for being bad.
Yay. I also don't know like how I'm trying not to be insensitive as well because like obviously I
Yeah.
prefer there being less racist shit in the world, but
Uh-huh.
simultaneously we know the racist shit is out there, and compared to this just feels bleh. But anyway, tangent aside, I don't know if anyone else has been like having thoughts like this. It might just be me.
Wait, I just realized. I quickly went back. The only Foundation researchers that were dealing with this are white.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I mean
Yes.
that's entirely to be expected.
That is expected, especially something like this where it's like the outsiders go into the islands. The outsiders destroy something precious that isn't harming anyone in any way.
So, anyways, we're ready to just finish
The
this.
outsiders continue to do that until its death.
Yeah.
Wait, this is actually the best. I think this just gave me the best way to describe it. I miss the racism being overtones rather than undertones.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
like the undertones like are less overt and like peak my like they make my brain hurt less than the overtones.
Yeah.
I
Remember
want my
what-
brain to suffer.
remember that one video of the one I forgot what the one that used a lot of AI art stuff and things like that, where they took the doorman and just took off its skin so they could pretend to treat it like a, but they were treating it like they were uber racist against the brown man.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're ready. Just finish it.
I miss the conversations discussing the overtones and cringing compared to having to explain
Yeah, that was
racist
definitely
undertones.
overtones where this is undertones. I get it.
like
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
also like I love how this is like a like accidental commentary on colonialism.
Yeah.
And fucking
I mean, ultimately, since this channel is going
like
to
and
frame things from the colonial perspective, it's entirely expected for the undertones to do that.
Yeah. Anyways, we're ready to finish
like
it. Oh, sorry.
so
Go
like
ahead.
yeah the funny thing is like they're actually making like through them being like through them like not making any of them so through them making all of the foundation members white, like which is definitely like because of some racist bias.
Yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
through them doing that, they accidentally are making a anti-colonial like comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very ironic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, in 3, 2, 1, let's finish this.
Opinions differed sharply about the veracity of this hypothesis, over how thoroughly it should be tested, and over what should be done if it proved to be true. Several extreme options were suggested, including exterminating it to preserve the data and completely expunging the data to preserve SCP-2256. No firm conclusions were drawn. In 2003,
Nope, wait, what?
observation of
They
SCP-2256
did
was
make a
scaled back
conclusion.
significantly.
They didn't make a conclusion. The
I'm pretty sure
conclusion was
that's
we
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure like that is directly from the article. Like the
okay.
article had
Yeah, they
mentioned
didn't
there's, like,
actually
no
come to an
confirmed
agreement.
Yeah.
And let's just take a moment to what's my brain doing? I had a salient point and my brain decided, no, fuck you. What was I gonna say? Shit. Right.
You okay?
I was gonna make the joke or the commentary on the fact that we've literally like with the two extremes have the classic centrist like Foundation being the guy with the centrist picket line between the KKKers and the civil rights group,
Mhm.
like that old meme. Like it's they're sitting here like we have one side that's saying, "Hey, let's just drive an entire species to extinction because we want to keep our nifty little data," and we've got the other one like, "Hey, let's not commit ecological destruction." And
Yes.
then the foundation just sitting in the middle like compromise?
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Compromise, and then the compromise ultimately leads to the worse option of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just that meme, except the victims except it's slightly less offensive because the victims this time aren't humans. They're just hypothetical Jesus sauropods.
And all right, let's go ahead and finish it in 3, 2, 1.
And the Foundation changed focus from gathering new data to analyzing existing data. However, SCP-2256's population continued to decline. The last individual died near Tokelau on October 30th, 2006. In 2010, it was discovered that the anti-memetic camouflage effect, also characterized as decay or corrosion, was spreading through paper records of SCP-2256. As of now, more than 60% of paper documents are corroded, even with a strong monastic dose. The effect is even affecting the SCP entry itself, despite defensive shielding and redundancy in the data system. Since SCP-2256 became extinct, no new data on it can be generated. It is believed that full contamination of all data on it will occur in 3 to 8 years. What do you think of that SCP case?
And
Please leave your comment.
no AI.
God, that AI looks so horrible.
Oh, trust me, Adurna. I'm not gonna show on stream, but you'll see something even worse.
Speaking of AI, we're almost to AI on the.
I don't think it counts because that's newer stuff showing up in thumbnails.
Yeah. Anyways. Anyways,
We're doing we're doing all their videos up until they turned into a fucking AI schlock fest.
Yep, we do not show
Before-
AI shit on my stream.
Before they were just a standard schlock fest with some amount of human ingenuity put into it.
Yeah. Anyways, removal of character size license.
I think that's 0.
Yeah,
Yeah.
0.
Altered or added gore or violence.
0.
Do we count it as added violence to depict the Jesus sauropods flopping over like a dead droid?
You know what? 1.
Well, like also their clickbait thumbnail kind of adds gore or violence.
Yeah, the clickbait thumbnail.
You're right.
guess
It
that's
did
fair
some
enough.
weird amount of violence that isn't even in.
Or rather implied. Yeah.
Yeah.
Deviates from the plot is 0.
Yeah.
It's 0.
They used to deviate partially from the plot, like for some of them, but not all of them. Yeah. Only minute of video / offensiveness.
2. 2 or 3.
3.
2 or 3.
I feel like I feel like the misrepresentation of indigenous cultures is it's subsequent enough to 1 and 3. You
Alright.
see, I'm trying to sound big and fancy while my head's killing me.
There.
It's okay. We get what you were saying.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
can't.
And I'm sorry I got slightly jumpy and angry when they started off immediately like acting like he didn't use a fucking fishing boat or tool. I'm still angry that they didn't show any fishing tool in the boat at any point, even though they showed his boat clearly, indicating he somehow caught all those fish without any tool whatsoever. I'm not angry. It's not super racist. Yes, it is.
Could he
Yes,
have
I am.
used a net? Like in the
They
water?
didn't show a net in his boat. they showed a
Oh,
pile
yeah,
of fish.
I was
They
just
didn't show
gonna,
any tool. They
I was
showed
just
nothing.
gonna
Just
say,
boat.
like, with the angle of the boat, like, you could easily just say that the fishing rod was like in the interior of the boat or covered up by the fish.
What are you covering up for them?
I don't know. To me, it's just a dumb oversight that could be easily explained away. It's
To
not the
me,
worst
it's
thing.
something that pisses me off because
That's
there
valid.
is this underlying racism that sometimes pops up that Polynesian people are basically half fish, half people that can fish without any tools or anything like that.
When that's not true, like that's
Polynesian cultures, before anyone interfered, had a number of highly advanced tools for all sorts of things. They were very intelligent. They're still very intelligent. They're in
well,
the
like
modern age with everyone else.
yeah, that's pretty much
Yeah.
that's pretty much like almost all like indigenous cultures too. Like because fucking
Hell,
colonizers try to make them.
Marcus would have been counted as Hawaiian, and he was part of the Coast Guard. He saved lives for a living. He was a very intelligent person who had very hair. He,
You're getting cut out. You're sorry, cutting out. Matt.
oh,
Yeah.
I said Marcus, one of my dads. He was, he would be considered Hawaiian. He was part Hawaiian. He was enough Hawaiian where if he had married, uh, uh, someone who wasn't white like my mom was, that he would have been able to get special consideration. He didn't because he liked my mom, but that's not here or there. So yes, he was Hawaiian, and he joined the Coast Guard. He saved people for a living, and he was serving, and he was planning to serve enough years in order to be able to get a free scholarship, so he was going to research. I forgot that's called the study of fish and aquatic.
Ichthyology.
What?
Ichthyology.
It wasn't ichthyology. God, what?
If it's the study of like specifically marine animals, it'd be marine biology, maybe?
Yeah, marine biology. Probably, yeah.
Yeah, ichthyology is like the study specifically of fish.
Oh. But yeah, he was going to study marine biology. He he saved he basically saved people for a living because he was Coast Guard, meaning he was actively serving, and he was actively saving people. And at one point, the place he actually met my mom was his not in his home state. It was actually in, I forgot that one state. The White House is there.
You thinking
Washington D.C.
like DC?
Not DC.
Well, like what? Like the White House is in
Washington.
its own little section.
Washington. There we go. The ocean off Washington is apparently ice fucking cold, and people are easy to sink because it is so cold, and they still fucking jump in there all the time. He was one of the Coast Guard people that would go in and save people from doing the stupid.
Yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and ending soon now.
I'm sorry, I went on an anti-racist rant about one of my dads.
Yeah, alright, so here, I want to show you guys what I meant by the AI getting worse with this channel. Look how many more they upload.
Oh God. They're
Wait, they
actually doing.
uploaded one 12 hours ago, and another during our stream.
It's-
I will say one more thing about my hate treated Polynesian people. is even after Marcus had massive brain damage.
Why are you looking at it, Bright? Why are you
I'm looking at the
it?
comments.
Okay.
Why are you doing this?
Yeah, why are you doing it, Bright?
I just wanted to see the comments, that's it. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I'm just going to hit end stream and go to bed. So, yeah, Derna, any last words?
Bright is a catbird.
Oh my god. Alright. Hatchet, last word. Oh wait, no, Hatchet. Jerry, last words, go.
You fucking interrupted my rant.
Oh, you got cut
You
off.
got cut off.
Yeah, you gotta.
I said Aaron interrupted my rant in order to bring up AI. I wanted to say one more thing about the, basically, even with massive brain damage, Marcus, who would be considered Hawaiian, who would count as Polynesian, he's probably more aware than people that I've met, and he's not around anymore, but you wouldn't be able to get away with anything around him. He was super aware, despite the injury, and he was also really good with spotting foods. I think he's the only time we ever found a pepperoni that my mom was able to eat without getting heartburn was his choice. His choice. How the hell was he that smart? I don't know. My mom just kind of accepted it. Well, they were married, so I guess that kind of figures. I'm done. I guess their slightly racistness pissed me off a slight bit as I say glaring at the giant fire.
Yeah. Okay. So there's actually one thing. Oh, wait. I'll wait for Hatch to do your last words. Go ahead and do your last words. Then I'll say the one thing I want to say.
Godspeed to Jesus sauropods.
My god. So, alright. I apparently found this out while watching Terrorizer. But there's apparently this artist who you send them an iconic picture of something, of iconic moment on your streams, and they'll draw it and make something like a disc plate for you, and then send it to you. So I can have little mini pictures of iconic moments throughout the years of my streaming career. And I thought that'd be kind of cool. So I just thought I'd tell you guys about that.
That's cool. Sounds interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, the first one is, there's only one, the first iconic moment of my, whenever I streamed, there's only one that came first that was very iconic. And it was in GTA, that's all I will say.
That was the exact thing I was thinking of.
That one will be first.
Oh my god, Bright. Why?
So
I'm
what,
gonna-
just have a picture of me behind you? That's not better!
Anyways.
I'm not gonna lie, I kinda miss playing GTA with you.
Same.
Why not do it again?
Partially because it's a pain in the ass on my end.
Oh.
Oh, also, I'm actually shocked by this, but ever since I started uploading my edited shorts on TikTok, I now have 2 channels that have 1,000 followers. One is TikTok and the other is YouTube.
Nice.
Nice.
Also, oh yeah. Also, y'all didn't finish Borderlands, right? If I remember
Oh yeah, we
correctly.
need to do
we
that
didn't
too.
we didn't finish 2.
Also, I can play it with y'all now.
Not true.
Because, well, I just got it for free, so.
Ah,
Nice.
Yeah, it was like it was free like during like May, I guess.
so all that I need.
And I bought Borderlands 3 for Momo.
Gotcha. Yeah. So my main goal is at least by the end, hopefully by the end of this year. If it doesn't happen, oh well. But hopefully get at least 1,000 on Twitch.
Nice.
Hopefully that'll happen. Will it? I
Wait,
don't know.
Twitch?
Yeah, I have 600 followers on Twitch.
Huh.
Yeah, but I have 1,000. I have.
I think the reason you were confused about that was because she got bot rated a number of times. They got her
Yeah.
like over 1,000. So
Well, I was more just like thinking like that would be an absurd rate of growth to get to 1,000 from 600 in 1 year. But I mean, go for it.
Yeah. Like if it doesn't happen, it
That's
doesn't happen. It's so well.
and if you do, are you going to be doing some Tattletale?
No, that's not what is gonna happen. I did think of a reward. I'm gonna hate it so much.
Oh, you're gonna get a what's it called? I forgot what they're called. Okay, wait.
No, what's gonna happen is, if I reach 1,000 followers by the end of the year on Twitch, for a whole year, for a whole year, I'll use a model that's just me in a Furby onesie.
Yes. Yes. I was gonna suggest you just get a Furby in your house.
Fuck no. If any of you
I could buy a
fuckers,
Furby for you and send it to you.
I swear to fuck, if any of you fuckers send me a Furby, I'm burning it. I will send you a video of me burning it.
Don't do that.
Running the mainstream, shove like firecrackers up its ass or something. Do something more interesting.
Are you doing to fireworks?
Hell, you have fucking guns. Take it to a safe place to shoot and fucking fill it with lead.
I just go to a shooting range and say, hey, instead of a target, can I shoot this Furby?
Wait, I forgot where are you still working in like a dangerous place?
No.
Okay. I was gonna say you could just go to your work and just
put the Furby next to the guy who always likes to smoke near the explosives room. Just give him the Furby and it'll run its course very quickly.
Yeah. Alright.
just or just give the Furby a forklift.
Oh my god.
Place
You know
the
what?
Furby
Let me
in
just-
the general area of the forklifts.
Jerry, what are you doing?
There we go. That link works.
Jerry, what are you doing?
Don't worry.
Oh, I thought you were adding something to.
Yeah, I did add something. It's spoilered though. Would those trigger you if I purchased those Furbies for you?
I don't want any Furbies.
Well, I'm just saying they're a bit different than normal Furbies.
No, they're no.
Did
No.
you even look at them yet?
Yes. Still no. I don't
Would
like
you
them.
at least not burn them?
You still burn them.
Okay, let me look for a different obscure Furby design.
No Furby designs
Step-
maybe not for burning them.
Step one. Step one, Bright. What's your favorite cereal? No, it's just this is like random curiosity. What's your favorite cereal?
I actually don't really have one.
And what's like a cereal that you're really nostalgic for?
How about this Furby design? Is this Furby design better?
I'm sending me purple.
Oh, come on. It's definitely it's even called the Furblet instead of a normal Furby.
It's not even showing up for me.
I have to do robot or a
Oh,
human
you have to
bullshit.
click the link to uncover it. I can grab a picture of it.
Hold on. I can't. It keeps thinking I'm a robot.
Yeah. So Bright's a robot.
There we go.
confirmed.
Here's the picture of it on there.
Bright's a robot, confirmed.
No.
Are you sure? Here is a picture of children playing
Jerry.
happily with them.
Jerry.
Yeah,
Jerry.
yeah.
I'm going to burn any Furby you send me. They
No
are
matter what design.
no. They shouldn't exist.
There's one that's rainbow with cheetah print.
No.
There's one that's pizza designed.
Still no.
It's a long pause.
Because I had to do a hydrate. But still no. Don't send me a Furby.
So
Do it.
anyway, back to my question. Right, do you have any cereals that you're like particularly like nostalgic for? Like you really liked when you were a kid or brings good memories?
Well, I did
Right?
put Honey Nut Cheerios in chocolate milk.
Also, Bright, I think could be possibly good content for you if you do, in fact, burn a Furby.
No, don't you fucking send me that. You fucks.
Okay, so you said Honey Nut Cheerios?
Yes.
That sounds pretty good. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, everybody.
Oh my
I'm going to
god.
give you a Honey Nut Cheerio Furby.
No.
We get the little Furbies. We put them in a bag of Honey Nut Cheerios,
Oh my god.
and then we send that to Bright.
Hold on. Oh wait.
Why was
Fuck!
there a whole
Noise! Shit. Alright, hold on.
emotional support pizza? What the f... What
I
the
shook a
hell?
box of Honey Nut Cheerios.
Okay. What is that supposed to prove?
I don't need any more.
Yeah, okay, we'll send you more.
No.
You can never have enough Honey Nut Cheerios.
Don't fucking send me Furbies, you fuck. We
I
haven't
didn't
even
say
in
anything about
stream
sending you
yet.
Furbies. I'm saying I'm gonna send you Honey Nut Cheerios.
Bullshit, I heard what you said.
No. I'm talking about sending you Honey Nut Cheerios because you love Honey Nut Cheerios, Brian.
I'm gonna
You
end
love
you.
Honey Nut Cheerios, and these ones come with a special prize, a very nice prize.
I'm gonna fucking end you.
How about if one of us tries to hand make the Furby? Would it be less creepy then?
No! Why? No! I don't
You're
want to see
saying-
Furbies!
You're saying that you would bring harm to the hard work of one of your close friends?
Yes!
Hmm.
I don't want a fucking Furby! Anyways, Danger Noodles. I'll just see you guys next time for your next mission. And I will do
Furby Nut
this.
Cheerios.
I will do this.
お兄ちゃん、I have a date.
Uh,